New name.
There we go. Thunderbirds a go. Check to make sure
Thunderbirds are slow.
I'm muted in YouTube, so I can't get in trouble for that.
Yeah, same here.
Okay. So we only got a little panel to start with at the moment. Got Alan, Pip, Palmer, and Gravity Guru. I can see Doug Miller out there. The Demon, Brainery, from Fondle, Fred, Ray, me, Pergo, 31. Thank God it's flat keeps following us around, Alan. Said Terry, I'm bringing a friend. Thank God it's flat. Said Terry, I'm bringing a friend.
Yeah, and he brought
No, Ross was on first.
Ross. Who I suspect is now fast asleep.
I hope. Assume so.
We can but hope.
7:30.
Well, it was an interesting stream that he was on.
Oh, I only caught the tail end of it.
I woke up with the most horrendous nosebleed just at 4:45 this morning. Gushing it was.
Pip, that's too bright.
Oh, that's the sun coming.
Sun? Not much bloody chance of that here today. Although I have to say, it's nice to hear things howling around the circuit again.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Well, it's been quiet here for 3 months, and now this week, I think they've opened the circuit up and they're starting to test again because there was a Le Mans racing car going around the other day. My God, did that howl?
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I just hope it stays nice for this evening and the morning, because I have a time-lapse plan that involves doing the sunset tonight and the sunrise tomorrow to catch them either side of the solstice, which is at about 22:40 tonight local time.
Oh right. Oh yeah.
That time already.
Yeah.
So what time is that? The time of the solstice? That's a weird one to work out for us people that probably can't figure it.
It's the point the sun gets to the most northerly or southerly point in the arc.
Right. Okay. But it's in the middle of the night. It's happening, or?
Well, it's not in the middle of the night everywhere, is it? It's
That's what I'm trying to work out.
It's not in the middle of the night over the middle of the Atlantic somewhere, or over North America.
Yeah, but there'd have to be a point of the Earth's rotational thing of its orbit at the time.
It basically corresponds to perihelion and aphelion.
Oh shit! I knew the big words had come out somewhere.
The shortest day and the longest day.
Yeah.
The Longest Day. What a film!
Oh, good.
Yeah, that is a good movie. But we're not going to talk about it, farmers.
Is that a horror film?
No, we were talking about the big words that Paul said.
We're 2 weeks late for the We're 2 weeks late for the Longest Day.
Yeah.
Oh, are we?
Yeah.
I thought it was tomorrow.
6th of June.
Oh,
6th of June, 1944.
That Longest Day. That Longest Day.
Got an avatar?
No. Yes.
No. Yes.
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 Oh,
Yes. Yes.
No.
Oh, we all got to put our camera on now. Oh shit.
Have we? Oh, hang on then.
Put shades on inside.
I can't. I told you what happens when I do mine. Look, see?
Well, turn this silly back.
Look, it doesn't work.
Keep moving.
Turn the background off then.
What? Where? How? What?
That's better.
Yeah, but it's still.
Hang on, we can actually see him for once.
Yeah, only because I got a lighter colour jumper on. I could have put my dark jumper on. Anyway.
Hang on, I'll go and put my paintball mask on.
Oh, no, don't do that.
No.
Anyway. Oh, E-Monk's got a light. Do I have a light in here somewhere? Yeah.
Well, we keep telling you that your eyes might do better if we turned the bloody light on.
Anyway, what was I talking about?
Someone's got their mic up their nose and is breathing into it.
Mine's there.
Not me. Mine was down near me
Definitely
chin.
not me.
I can't see anyone else.
Just double checking.
Everyone's holding their breath now.
Yeah.
Can't be me. I'm 3/4 of a meter from my microphone.
Mine is right there.
Okay.
Do it if you want me to.
Where'd your avatar go, Monk? It was there, and then it disappeared, and then it came back, and then it's there, and then there
Oh,
it is.
there it is.
There,
Oh.
what? Where?
No, I think the avatar comes on before his camera does. I've gone all dark again. Oh, flip.
No, you turned the camera off, and then you had an avatar, and then it didn't have an avatar. Yeah, no avatar.
The avatar only
have no clue.
appears immediately prior to when the camera comes on.
That's weird.
It might be because I'm using the snap camera or something like that. Who knows?
Have you been on my live stream before?
I have,
I can't remember if you upped how many.
but last time I was using photos, not cameras, so...
Yeah, because I don't know if you're up to your 3-strike rule for not having an avatar or not.
Oh, Boggs is saying daytime, nighttime, Pip.
Oh, okay.
I see him. I'm ignoring him. That's my
That
camera
That's
keeps going
probably
daytime,
enough to make
nighttime.
me want to go and switch on a certain device.
No, don't.
No.
How's that for egotistical? My background is me.
Okay.
You got a big head.
I think we go back. No, we go back.
Anonymous.
Oh, look at that. He's using the virtual.
Hey, let Anonymous in.
That's working if you don't move. Yeah,
He's got all V on us.
You got to sit still.
That's Snapchat.
Oh,
Bit
there's
of
his
fire
eyes.
up
Anyway, we're going to watch a bit of a video that's got some.
Mine's too
It's
big.
got some. Well, the BML video has got some flat Earth predictions or something.
Oh,
whatever you call it.
it's got derp.
Lots of it, but
Okay.
from what I hear.
Okay. Well.
This is what Jose was doing yesterday. Look, he's gone all Viking on us.
See? Oh shit! Now I can't
Yeah.
see. Oh well, I will in a sec. I'll just make it bigger. Alan, you'll have to get that. That'd look cool if you did that. Okay, that's that there. You've got that. Now give the.
Yeah, now I've got.
Now we've got the dancing carrot.
Yeah, dancing carrot.
That's fair.
Okay, yeah, that's better. Yeah, that's cool. I'll play that. You get the more originality you get, the more credit you get, or whatever they call it, street cred stuff.
But you know, I could have gone with this one, but then some very strange person would put me on a pizza.
Oh, look,
yes,
Professor
yes, I know
Pineapple.
somebody that would put you on a pizza. There we go. Stream froze, Boggs did it for you. Anyone else got a
No, it's just-
frozen screen?
No, it's just
Boggs?
because it's been sitting in that.
That's just you, Boggs.
There we go. Mine had froze.
Oh. Yeah.
But it seems to sort
Blame
itself
Alan.
out. Okay.
Nothing to do with me. It doesn't come. It doesn't come through me. It just comes from my bloody YouTube server.
Nothing to do with me. It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
I didn't do it. The only thing I can do is hit the big red end stream button if I really want to.
Yep, Alan's threatening me.
I heard him.
Anyone know that four-letter word that starts with a P?
Play, please.
Olo.
Why is
Polo.
Olo.
Oh, okay.
Holo?
Marco.
Oi.
What you mean, like?
Daytime, nighttime, sexy.
Oh, jeez.
He's just been waiting to play that, hasn't he?
I don't know what's worse, Alan singing or he's dancing.
Oh, come on. Yes.
Horizon rise
Oh,
to
no,
eye level perspective.
I think you need to go back a bit.
I think I need to go back a
What?
bit.
Yeah.
This is the original.
This is the original BLSM, whatever he is.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
In this video, I'll be sharing an observation from a location that I've been observing and documenting from for over a year. I'll create a globe and flat earth model, compare with my video, and see which model matches reality. So I can read that perfect because it's white on black. My video of 3 platforms are a total distance of 26.44 miles, almost a direct straight line of sight of all 3 platforms. A perfect high elevation setup to test the curvature or non-curvature of Earth. A location getting all 3 platforms into zoomed in camera frame using a Nikon P900 flat earth's camera of choice. My camera location at Oliver Road, Edgewater Way, Santa Barbara, California. Google Earth, 105 foot elevation. There we go. Did you get that?
Yep.
Okay.
No, repeat, please.
This is basically where he's made all of his observations from, because this is the guy who provided the photo that's become the
Black
Swan.
Swan.
Yes.
So platform
So this is
information.
this going to be the Black Swan photo then?
Yeah.
No, I don't think this is going to be the Black Swan photo.
No, I've got the Black Swan stuff put away. 90 foot elevation.
Now I think he's just going to give us the information on the rigs themselves.
Okay, 122 foot elevation. Now, is that his elevation or the elevation of the platforms?
That'll be the elevation of the platforms.
Right.
Yeah, and I noticed at the start he showed his location. He said he got his altitude from Google Earth.
Yeah.
He's on the edge of a bloody cliff, so Google Earth's altitude information is useless.
Yep. That's one of the drawbacks of using Google Earth. The elevations it quotes are notoriously unreliable.
Yeah, but the topographic feature of Google Earth proves flat Earth.
Yeah. So there we go. That shows you the comparison of the 3 rigs that he's looking at. So straight away, they're all 3 at different sizes and different heights.
I remember we looked at the Habitat one, but I don't remember if the other one was Grace or not. I thought it was a different name.
Are those maximum height above mean sea level, or are they flight deck heights?
It looks like flight deck height going by the one next to the Gale, where it's got a little line going up to it to the top of the helicopter pad on that one.
Well, the little line only goes up the same height on all 3 pictures, so
I suspect that is overall height to the top of
the helicopter.
You know, well, I don't know. It could be to the top of the stacks. I'm not sure.
Or it's eye level. Can't read it. Don't know what it says.
Monk went outside for a smoke and didn't leave the door locked. Didn't leave the door unlocked. Okay. So we're looking at it on a different angle by the look of it. That was
right. So there's our aerial shot. That'll be presumably the Google Google Earth or Google Aerial View.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
He's standing right there and looking out there. And I can't read that from here. Oh, here we go. Hasn't got his height there. So
That's the furthest one. That's Gale at 26.44 miles.
Which is his height from the sea level? It doesn't say that there.
No, well, he was saying that his viewer height, according to Google Maps, was 105 feet.
Not from where he put it from there. That wouldn't be.
Well, it's the difficulty being he's on the edge of a cliff, and
Yes.
Google's really not very good at giving you altitudes when especially when there's very steep bits of ground. Why can't they use bloody proper units as well?
Yeah, I know. This is going to make it hard to understand with this imperial archaic crap.
Not really. I mean, I can see what he's doing. He's just using awkward bloody units. That's all.
$105 feet. Earth's arc height 116 feet from my location to last platform 26.44 miles. Platform size shrinking proportional from video. Be able to create an accurate model of what we should see with the globe or flat Earth.
I've got to have something else open as well.
Then we'll compare both models to video evidence. Here's my globe Earth model of what should be my observed from my location based on my calculations. Not to scale, but we'll still give a close model of what we should be.
Right, now bear in mind, this is what's known as orthographic projection.
Yes, exactly.
Indeed.
So in an orthographic projection, there is no distortion, certainly not due to perspective. It's a form of parallel projection. So everything, although this isn't to scale, everything should be dimensionally correct. So you actually draw everything to its actual size. Then watch what he does.
Accurate shrinking proportional perspective of platforms.
Wrong. You can't do that.
Can't do what he
You
said.
can't do that in orthographic projection because now those are not drawn to the right size. You cannot apply perspective to a side view like this.
No, that's where you draw them.
Yes.
Go back. Yeah, that's what he's saying.
I mean, he
must have done it for a reason.
Couldn't he?
Oh, I know exactly why he's done it. He's now trying to make everything match his assumption and his presumptions. But I'm sorry, when you draw something in orthographic projection, and this is a form of orthographic projection, you can't apply perspective. You can't. You can't. It's not how it works.
But we don't know if he's done this on purpose or is he.
No, he has done it on purpose.
Or he's just really dumb.
Yeah,
not,
or both.
Not BML. He's not that dumb, is he? I don't know.
Oh, just you wait.
But wait, there's more.
Yeah.
There is. Oh yes, there's more. All right.
Oh, line
It
of
gets
sight,
worse.
ocean horizon below body of habitat. Okay. Grace and most of gale below horizon.
Yeah, only because you've shrunk them in size. It's called cheating. This is not what actually happens.
He also put a not to scale warning at the start of the, when he first showed the side projection, which invalidates what he's attempting to prove there, because
Correct.
if it's not to scale, then
Yep,
those
that's
lines
not-
are
there
not
you
going to
go.
cross where they're supposed to.
Yeah. And now he's just
Horizon.
put the horizon up to eye level.
Why?
How
In a
does
straight
it do
line.
that?
Why?
How does it do that? Yes.
How?
Because
Why?
that's
What?
well, because that's what they want it to be.
Yeah.
I can't.
That's how they want it to look.
Yes, this is how they want it to look. So they lie and go, "Oh, look, I'll now pull the horizon up to eye level." Why? It doesn't do that. It never does that.
It's like as if you're standing on the shoreline and you're leaning forward as you're looking and going, "Oh, the horizon's risen."
Yeah.
Okay. Accurate shrinking proportion perspective. Oh shit. Of platforms. What? Side view?
But hang on. They're different bloody sizes than they were before.
Yeah, now they're
Yes.
different
And
size.
aren't the rigs in a different order?
Yes.
Because isn't the one on the left, shouldn't that be the one on the right?
Yes.
Has he?
Hang on. Let
Or
me,
is it
I'm
just
just
shrunk
gonna
it that
pull the-
small? It's completely small.
I'm just having a look at the video myself just to double check, but I'm fairly certain that he's.
Let's look at video footage and see if it matches my flat Earth model and calculations.
I disagree with the characterization of it as calculations.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, how far away does if the horizon rose to eye level, how far away is it when it gets to eye level compared with stuff that's on it in the essentially foreground, even if that foreground is 26.44 miles? Because that would make a big difference to the angles that he was seeing, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Please note, video footage is a straight-on view. I don't know what he means by straight-on view. Does he mean side view or...
How is Grace and Gale reversed from diagram? Because of angle of view.
It does not change predicted views. Hey, what's it changing? Can't change the parameters of what's there. This Travis's footage.
No, this is the original footage. So this guy's actually a worse photographer than Travis.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was. Travis might have been doing.
That takes some depth, doesn't
It really
it?
does.
The image looks like it could be clear, but is he just not got the right focus, or do you think there is a bit of atmospheric hazing?
No, there's a hell of a lot of haze in that photo.
Oh, okay. So it's not just focus. Not just focus.
I was going to say, remember that this is taken over water,
Yes.
and I believe it gets quite hot there.
So in the winter time he should have done this. Alan. All the water.
It's also digital zoomed rather than optical zoom.
Yeah, that just makes it worse.
Look at the effect
Yeah,
on the
even
water
with a
with all the
P900.
mirroring and the miraging on all the water.
Well, you have to remember that the sensor in a P900 is pretty shit, to be polite about it.
Mm.
And when you're just shooting 1080 video, there's not enough resolution for it to do anything nice. I mean, at least if you were taking still photos at maximum resolution, which is sort of 3,500 pixels vertically, it leaves a little bit of room for leaving some detail in the water. But you have to understand that heavy MPEG compression, which is probably what you're getting out of this even in your video, really hammers fine shimmering detail. So yeah, the surface of the sea is just going to have big patches that look flat, smooth, and big patches that look sort of roughish, but you're not going to see the movement in them because MPEG compression can be really harsh, and it's not good for small detail.
Yeah.
So
right, I've just gone back and had a look at his video. When he showed the comparative size of the three rigs, he started with the biggest, which is Gale, at 150 feet, then Grace, and then Habitat, which is 90 feet. But if you actually look, although he showed them in size order, starting with the biggest, they actually are arranged out to sea the other way round. So Habitat, which is the smallest at 90 feet, is closest to him, and Gale at 150 feet, which is the biggest, is the one that's 26.44 miles away. But when you look at his diagram and he's reduced them due to perspective, what he's basically doing is he's making the tallest rig look the shortest. Therefore, it must be hidden. We shouldn't be able to see it because on his diagram, he's now made it very small. Yeah, if you go to 4 minutes and 16 or somewhere around about then, yeah, there you go. That'll do you. If you look at there, the rig that's nearest to him is the smallest one. That's Habitat at 90 feet.
I can do a mirror.
Yeah. So what he's exaggerating even more, the furthest away rig at Gale, that should be 150 feet tall. That's 60 feet taller than Habitat. But he shrinks it down and then says, oh, look, you shouldn't be able to see it. No, because you've just shrunk it down in a side-on elevation where you shouldn't shrink anything down. He knows what he's doing. He knows exactly what he's doing, and he's lying.
See that there where he does that?
Yep.
Now they go smaller.
Of course you'll see that. Of course you'll see that big rig further away because it's the biggest rig. It's the tallest of the lot. It's 150 foot tall until he shrinks it due to perspective, and then says, "Oh, you shouldn't be able to see it." Well, no, because you've just shrunk it down in size. What do you expect?
Yeah, because if you're looking at it from where the camera's located, directly out to sea, yes, due to perspective, things do get smaller in the distance. But when you're doing it side view, you have to keep the same proportional sizes to the object because you're looking at it from side view.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, you can use different scales for X and Y axes if you're going to do it to scale, so that you can, because obviously, or of course you could just use logarithmic axes, and that would solve all your problems, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But I think using logarithmic axes might blow the mind of flirpers.
But yes, Sam, Cam, you're absolutely right. The diagram is dishonest because when you show something in sectional elevation like this, everything has to stay the right size. You can't suddenly apply perspective to it. It doesn't work. That's called cheating. That's called lying.
Perspective does not
now he's saying, oh, look, that line of sight you should hardly be able to see Gale at all in the distance at 26.5 miles. Well, of course you can't. You've just magically shrunk it in size.
So you could do a transform on this, an honest transform on this, and get it to kind of almost work out. But the lines of sight would converge on a point. So the lines of sight would no longer be parallel on the diagram.
Mm-hmm.
Everything in the diagram would have to be adjusted. The curve is not. For example, if you switch from this view to his adjusted for perspective, you'll find that the curve is identical. Why isn't the curve adjusted for perspective if the objects are?
Correct.
Then you go on a little bit further where he adds in the lines of sight. Those should all also be adjusted for perspective. So in principle, you could do a diagram. It's a fairly useless one, but you could do a side view with the effects of perspective mapped in. But you have to apply it to absolutely everything.
Well, this is why you don't. This is why in an orthographic view you don't have perspective.
That's right.
Yep.
The whole point of orthographic views is they are dimensionally correct.
Isn't that something that was on the show
that's
last
the point
night?
of parallel projection.
Somebody was bringing up that, and I was going to butt in. I was trying to, but everyone kept over talking. But we were actually talking about something about this, and somebody kept bringing up the perspective part of it, and I'm going, no, perspective's not to do with orthographic. They're two separate.
Correct. This is an argument I've had with many of the flat earthers, and my favourite being the most vocal of them. And that's when he keeps telling me I'm lying about being, amongst other things, a draftsman. I'm not a draftsman. That's a very old-fashioned term. I haven't been a draftsman since the 80s. But the whole point of orthographic projection is that there is no distortion. It is dimensionally correct. If it wasn't, how do we expect people to put up dirty, great big buildings accurately? You know, everything I've drawn over the last 30 plus years has been an orthographic projection or isometric.
You can imagine if I'd have drew my garage that size and the house that size, but my garage was actually as big as the actual house, and I put those plans into council going, they'd go, yeah, but you've drawn the garage look like it's smaller than the house, and the size is 20 metres by 30 metres or something. Your house is the same size.
When it comes to drawing, perspective is an artistic thing.
That's right.
And that's all it is. That's why architects do their pretty pictures of what a building's going to look like, and it's generally nothing like that. They will use perspective because in real life, that's what you'll expect to see. You'll expect to see a big building going away from you, shrinking in size uniformly because that's what we see. But that's an artistic thing. When it comes to actually accurately representing something in a plan, an elevation, a section like this, everything has to be dimensionally correct. Otherwise, it doesn't work.
That's a brain teaser, Doug. If it's flat, what determines the distance the horizon is at eye level? Oh, couldn't really do that because the actual horizon would be so blurred.
Yeah,
it wouldn't be distinctive.
And I play Fluff's aspect.
Advocate.
Fluff's advocate. That's the word.
Fluff's advocate.
I'm not drunk. I'm not drunk. I promise.
Sure. Okay.
I'm just going to play Fluff's advocate for a moment and say that the answer to that question is perspective.
Oh, thank you.
I'm not going to explain it. That's the answer.
No, okay, Doug. That's your answer. Perspective.
Okay, perspective.
Yeah.
No, that is a proper Fluff answer because 99% of the time, when the answer isn't perspective, they will say perspective, and when the answer is perspective, they will say anything
Dirty
else. There is. I think the list is up to 100 now.
Oh, TPC. Give us another brain teaser.
Dirty
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Shut your face.
Go back to that one. That image.
They will say fractal barotropic shouldering or something.
TP Seeker. Thought water level seeked its own level. Okay. Why and how is water higher on the right?
So this is what I was talking about before. Well, this is what I was talking about before. He's shrunk down the rigs to show the perspective, the change in their apparent height from perspective. And in this image, he's showing how the water appears to rise as it gets further away because of perspective. But he didn't do the same thing for the globe model, supposed globe model that he produced. And this, I think, is actual flat-out dishonesty.
Alan, you coming in twice.
Yeah, he said he was dropping out. He was having sound issues or something.
So we're going to have two Allens. Alan.
Yes.
Message
He's
from
come back in on his phone.
Message from Colin in the chat.
Yeah, I see, Colin. I wish you'd stop sending me this porn. I'm not going to be able to show it.
Yeah, he sent me that link, and I opened it up, but I've got so many other things running on my PC that as soon as I tried to do anything with it, it just went cough.
Okay. On the BS, on this BS, I'll drop you a link I've sent to Farmer.
It's one of those 360-degree photos that you can sort of pan around on, and
okay, I'll have a look. I'll have a look at it. If you've sent it to me, Colin, I don't like changing things while I'm in the middle of a video. I'll have a look when I'm finished. Okay.
Yeah. Stick with this, and then look at that afterwards.
Where are we up to? The ocean.
So yeah, he'd done two things there. He'd cheated in reducing the rig's due to perspective that you can't do in a view like that, and he'd pulled the horizon up to eye level, which doesn't happen.
His perspective goes before he zoomed in on that. You could see the one at further was actually smaller in angular size. How far back? Yeah. One on the one in the middle. I think it's the one that's further away. Yeah, due to perspective, it is a little bit smaller than what you would think in orthographic. So.
But that's Gale, and that's the tallest of the three.
Yeah. So why is it small?
The one nearest the camera, which is the one in left of view, that's Habitat, and that's 90 foot tall.
Right.
Then the one on the right, which is the middle one, that's Grace at 122 feet, and the one furthest back, that's just sort of to the left,
a blob.
Grace, that blob, that's the tallest. That's Gale at 150 feet tall.
Yeah, and due to perspective, yes, it is. It does reduce in size.
Yeah.
He didn't put both of them in camera shot together, did he? When he was zooming in, then that's being dishonest. Yeah, now scan left a bit and then do what you did. No, just together, not separate. Whoop. There you go, yeah.
He could have picked a better day for this, couldn't he?
Yeah, winter time's better.
Except in winter time, you don't get the refractive effect, and you don't get to actually see that shot.
I don't know that they actually get winter time, particularly there. I think that's far enough south.
Well, it's perfect weather on that one of those shots of the habitats. The oil rigs image web, right? Day of the year that was. Oh, so he is a fair way off the ground, yeah, by the look of that.
Oh yeah, but he's getting the height from. He really should be getting his height from a topographic map.
So horizon risen to eye level. How's that risen to eye level? That doesn't.
No, he just calls it risen to eye level.
Yeah, because
by pointing his camera downhill slightly.
Can you notice that at all in? Not that one. That one. Now that's not rising to eye level in that.
Can't even see a horizon in that one.
Yeah.
Terry, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Excuse me.
Excuse you.
And he zooms out. See? Out. Yeah, the horizon's not rising to eye level there. Yep, and when he pans around, he lifts, he raises the. See how much he raised it to bring it back around. Yeah, that's irrelevant to all that. Yeah, why's the bigger habitat like that at that distance?
But he's changed the bloody projection.
Oh dear!
And not to
Oh
scale.
no!
What?
Oh, that.
Hey?
Oh, dear. How dishonest is that?
That is.
Especially as he says it's not to scale, and that the amount of as somebody said earlier on in the side chat, and I'm sorry I can't remember who it was that said it. They reckon that looks like about 10 degrees of curve in that drawing. And of course, it's not the curve is not to scale anyway.
Yeah.
So, because I mean, in 26 miles, you're going to get not quite a degree, are you?
That's ridiculous.
Probably close to a third of a degree.
Flofers that are grabbing this and mirroring it are just being just as dishonest. Clearly globe model with a curvature does not match up with video evidence. Yeah, because your video evidence is...
And it's also interesting that right from the very start, why doesn't he draw his sketch so that the observer is at the top of the curve? Because from everybody's point of view, anywhere on the Earth, you are standing at the supposed top. If you just draw a diagram of where you are, you're stood at the top.
Well, unless you want to draw your sight line as a horizontal line, in which case the top would be halfway between you and
but you're standing on the top of a ball and your sight line is horizontal because the horizon is always below your sight line, always.
No,
particularly if you're looking out to sea.
Yeah, no, sorry. I meant if you wanted to draw a sight line that is 90 degrees from your, with you looking out, you know what I bloody mean, so that the tangential line meets your eye.
And is horizontal.
And is horizontal in the diagram.
Yes. So that I would say is the first mistake. His whole starting point from his diagram is wrong. Then he's cheated by shrinking the size of the rigs the further away they are from the observer in a side view, which you can't do. Then he cheats even more by magically pulling the horizon up to eye level, which pulls the further rigs up higher. And then he says, "Oh, look, this isn't what we see in real life." Well, no, because what you've just drawn isn't what happens in real life.
Yeah.
Where it's far easier to draw it accurately and then say, right, refraction.
Just to add one other possible bit of dishonesty here, I've just checked that spot on Google Earth and mine says it's 121 feet.
There you go.
Not 105.
Well, that is an oft-used tactic of these idiots, isn't it? When they actually lie about their observer height because they know how much of a difference it can make.
I've got one rebuttal for
of course, that's 121. Sorry, that's 121 feet for the ground level at that point. So add the observer's actual height above ground.
Yeah, which is probably another 5 feet if he's got a camera on a tripod.
Maybe 4.
Yeah, well, whatever. Who knows? This is half the problem. Who knows?
Yeah,
we don't.
No, we don't.
I've got one problem with the way they draw the ocean rising to eye level, or the horizon, or whatever they want to put it. Is if any flat surface like a floor or a table or whatever, and you're standing above it, it gives you the same perspective as you're looking at it. It seems to rise up, but so to speak. So you know that table or that floor is definitely horizontal and level. So how can they say the horizon rises to eye level? Like we were saying before about the water finding its level. So that's the bit of a conundrum that I've got with that eye level rising, the water rising to eye level stuff.
How do you put this? The whole thing's bollocks.
I agree.
It's as simple as that. It's all bollocks.
yeah.
And I do notice that 4 days ago, Travis left a comment saying, "This is the Black Swan 2, or really 1. Great job."
Yeah, right. But yet that furthest oil rig keeps bigger than the one.
It just really annoys me that they think that they have to do it as video. I mean, can they not shoot them as photographs and show us a decent quality, high resolution photo with, twice or more the resolution for in each direction than video? Because that P900 can shoot 4608 by 346 by 3456 pixels. So why limit the output to highly compressed MPEG at 1920 by 1080?
So which oil rig's that one? Hold on.
That's
I didn't
Habitat.
read it.
That's Habitat. So that is the lowest and closest to the shore.
The other ones.
Well, it's a very wide angle lens, Terry. You're not likely to see the other ones. There's just not enough.
No, see, I tried that on my computer and it just went cough.
Oh, I can see one there. Yeah, but I've got an old computer, so what's happening? I can't tell what they are if there are other ones there. I can't zoom in any further. That's the furthest.
Yeah, and it doesn't help when you don't really know what direction you're looking in either, do you?
Well, I'm looking at land there, so that's land.
Yeah, trouble is, it's kind of in a channel between an island and the mainland, and then the mainland hooks around the top.
And there's the islands in the distance.
Like...
Yeah, I know exactly where I'm looking. They're the islands off to the distance from the normal black swan images when you're looking directly out to them, but they're behind. Those are the islands that are behind them. So there's one out there too. Now if I bring that back around, that's black swan images are taken somewhere between along here somewhere. Somewhere along there. Okay, that was interesting. I can't zoom in any further. That's just... It's weird the effect, isn't it? 360.
Yeah.
Hey.
What I do like is when it's a film, and whilst the film's running, you can sort of pan around 360 degrees.
Oh, thanks for that, Colin. Share.
Oh, hello. Ross isn't asleep. Only 1 mile of drop per 90 miles distance.
Alan Evans has a claim. Yes, Phil. Alan's had to do a double.
Yeah, I just posted a message back saying that I have audio. Yes, I have audio issues on my PC, so at least I can hear if I use my phone.
And I hate to think, what is Pip? Come on now.
Okay.
Really?
The problem I have.
Oh, I've just. I recognise that.
I just can't quite place it.
What the question you got
Well,
here,
the
Roscoe?
TARDIS sought to give it away.
Yeah, but I still can't quite.
It's a human it's a human Dalek hybrid.
Well done.
Oh,
Big
yeah,
monster.
of course it is. Yeah. But I haven't watched Doctor Who a lot recently because it's been
Where
pants.
on earth?
Well, that was
garbage.
That was Tennant's second season, wasn't it?
Now you're relying
Anyway.
on memory.
Where does it say that there is? What's the height of the tallest building? 500 meters? 500 feet or something, or 500 feet, isn't
It'd
it?
be more than 500 feet. I'll tell you that much.
More than 500 feet.
Oh
That's
yeah.
weird.
World's tallest building. 828 meters.
Khalifa.
Meters. Okay, 820 meters. So
The Burj Khalifa in Dubai.
How many meters again? Sorry, double that.
828 meters.
So 16
which
to
the rest of us is
1700 meters.
2,717 feet.
Okay, a drop of curvature every 90 miles. Where on earth do you get that calculation from, Roscoe? I think he's over-exaggerating.
It can't be a linear function anyway. We're talking about a damn sphere, which in 2 dimensions is circular. Pretty damn near to be circular anyway.
Yeah.
Close enough.
Okay. Oh, now
You don't need to stay, Ross. We can buy.
Yeah, whatever. One thing I always have problems with doing my research for ancient technologies, we're doing inland continent exploration. It's where to start because like Chinese exploration of Central Asia, Roman explorations, Greek and Roman exploration of Northern Europe and Thule, European Age of Discovery, but not the Modern Age. Got Polynesia Age or the Viking Age. Say what for that. But then I've got list of explorers. Doesn't help either. Oh yes, that's a bit of information that I didn't realise before. It wasn't Christopher Columbus that found America. It was Leif Erikson was a famous Norse explorer who credited for being the first European to set foot on American soil, circa 1000 AD.
He was a Viking.
Yeah,
Newfoundland.
he's got horns. I didn't think they had horns.
Oh, well, they didn't. They didn't in actuality, but
Nobody was
artists.
stupid enough to go into battle with horns on a helmet. I mean, good grief.
Okay, so we've got a Marco Polo. He was Italian. He travelled to the Far East and back. Okay, so he would have went around the Cape of Good Hope, or whatever you call it, down in South Africa there.
He went overland, mate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Marco Polo.
Because he was.
Okay.
That's why it took him 24 years.
Oh yeah, in a matter of 24 years. Okay.
Went the Silk Route or something, is it not?
That's quite a good couple of series on is it Netflix or Amazon?
There we go, Marco Polo.
Amazon, I think.
Amazon, yeah.
Yeah, Silk Road, I'm right.
Now the thing is,
very little to do with Marco Polo, but it's quite good.
So the thing is, if he travelled through Asia along the Silk Road, the people that knew the Silk Road are the ones, are the explorers, not him, because he's following a road that was already there. Ah.
Well, it depends from which point of view you're looking at it. You know, all of these people sort of explored and discovered countries. Well, they only discovered it for themselves because the people who lived there already knew about it, didn't they?
That's true.
Yeah. And the thing was, the Silk Road has been a famous trade route for millennia. But what you have to understand is nobody actually travelled the whole of it. Marco Polo was probably one of the first people to follow the Silk Road all the way through to the far end and come back and make a chronicle of it.
There we go.
Because mostly what would happen is like you might get somebody doing the trip between Palmyra and Baghdad and back. So different traders would trade different sections of the route.
Where was Marco Polo from again?
Italy, I think.
Italy, okay.
Venice, I believe.
Venice. So he would have come down from Constantinople way.
He would have come across from Turkey.
Down
and
through,
followed
down through here.
Yeah.
He would have
Palmyra,
went to
Baghdad. Tehran.
Marco Polo was not Irish.
Marco Polo.
Born in Venice when it was the Republic of Venice.
Hi, Adam.
Wouldn't it have been cold?
Yeah, hi, Adam.
Hi, Adam. Wouldn't it have been a bit cold up through here, around that area?
Well,
yeah, because
only when you got up high, yeah.
Yeah, and in the winter it can get pretty cold up there as well.
Yeah, you get a bit nippy. Yeah.
Well, but splits off it because
yeah, well, you don't want to actually walk across the Gobi Desert, do you?
No, not really.
You don't want to go around the edge of the Gobi Desert.
Okay, which way do I go? Left or right?
Let's go round.
Yeah, would you go left or right?
Yeah, because remember what happened when they dropped Clarkson et al. In there?
Oh, yeah. That's one of the best episodes they've ever done.
Yeah, but they found the ocean, didn't they? Is that the one where they dropped him in the desert? Or somewhere?
No, that's a totally different one.
That was a different one. So they dropped him in the desert. I must have missed that episode.
They dropped him, well, in the desert. They dropped him in that bit that is just big and brown, but has got a river running through it. And is where they dropped Clarkson and the team for one of the Amazon.
Isn't that the one where they actually had to build the vehicle first?
Yes.
They dropped the three of them plus crates that contained the components for some sort of off-roader, wasn't it? Can't remember what one it was now.
Well, there were bits. They basically had.
You had a car in kit form. They had to put it all together first.
Yeah, with no body panels, I think. So they ended up having to use like the crates and stuff to build the body shell.
Yeah. Oh dear. Anyway, you go.
Moving on.
Back to Marco Polo. Thank you.
But they found their way out back to civilization?
Of course it did.
Yes.
It's worth watching.
Okay, we're across to... Can't tell by the landmass where we are. I have to zoom back out
The
again.
name
Well,
of
that's
it is
just-
China.
You're just north of the. There you go. Look, there's the Himalaya
It's
Yeah.
Nepal.
and the Hindu Kush. So the really high bit, and then into.
Oh, we've got a dotted line there. What's that mean?
That's the Great Wall of China. Black dotted line was the Great Wall of China.
That's
Growth,
an ancient
growth from
technology
Mao.
that we didn't look into too. The Great Wall of China.
Bloody big brick wall.
And there's a few of them. It's not just the one. There's been a few.
Yeah, and it's not continuous.
Even or says, look, a dragon.
Where?
I don't know.
Oh, demon orb.
Just look, you'll
Got me
find
looking.
one.
You got me looking.
No,
Oh,
the
fossils.
Africa. Come on, we all know where Ross has told us the dragon is.
Okay. So we end over in
his
China.
head.
Or Peking. Okay.
This is a German map, isn't it?
Yeah, look
Yes,
like
it is.
Grosse Mauer. or something
Yeah,
like that.
Gelbs and all the rest of it. It's all in German.
Okay.
Bloody
But
jerk.
you know, it works kind of.
Deutschland über allen.
So they think.
Ursprung der Technik.
Where was I?
Yes, Grosse Mauer is German
Right,
for
that was
Great
the
Wall.
Silk
Bin ein
Road.
Berliner?
What?
Exactly.
What? You're on a different stream to me or something. That's it.
Mein
No,
Herz in
Frankfurt.
Flammen.
We're
Beyond
German.
Fliegen und Verdammen.
Wo ist der Flughafen is about all I know. Thank you.
And
Du
my
hast.
favourite, Nine Mitze Fingerpocken.
Du hast. I know a bit of Rammstein.
Survive beer bitter. It's all you need to know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's
know
that
in
is
many
true, actually.
languages. Dos cervezas, por favor.
Yeah, you
So
just
beer
got to
is
be able to order
Paragalo.
yourself a drink. Yeah.
As long as you can ask for a beer, you're fine.
Okay, so this guy here went to East Africa coast. That's sailing.
Because usually buy enough beer and they'll give you food anyway.
Yeah.
Guy here.
So that I lost it.
Alles klar.
Diego Cam. Had cams back then.
Yeah. Sailor though.
Oh, okay. He made 2 voyages sailing along the west coast of Africa. But where did he start from? It doesn't say.
Portugal. These Portuguese, they started from Portugal.
Okay, so he went down the west coast of Africa.
Up the Congo River a bit. Yeah, because that was actually an area that was done by the Portuguese. Because I mean, Angola was a Portuguese colony, wasn't it? If I remember my history correctly.
I think so.
I know there was a pretty bad civil war there in the 70s. But we will not speak of that.
Yeah, don't mention the war.
Yeah, they don't like it up 'em. Oh, hang on, that was a different one, wasn't it?
Don't panic! Don't panic!
What is your name? Don't tell him, Pike.
Buddy. Stone of Lee Lala with the inscriptions of Diego Cam.
Oh, that looks like somebody's freshened it up a bit.
Yeah. I'm assuming that had been incised in and somebody's gone over it with chalk
Looks
Looks like it.
for the
Yeah.
photo.
Oh dear, outside, never mind.
Who's playing with his soundboard?
Oh,
He's pressed the any key again.
You got to be careful doing that.
No.
No, no.
Who we got here? Bartholomew Dias, first European to sail around the southernmost tip of Africa. Okay, so he was the first one to do that. Portuguese again.
Yeah, well, they've got such a small country, they haven't got anything else to do.
Okay, so he sailed around the southernmost tip of Africa in 1488, setting up the route from Europe to Asia later on, as that other guy did before. Or somebody. Age of Discovery.
first European in the age of discovery to anchor in what's South Africa.
Historical setting.
Oh, have we got our resident? I haven't seen our resident worker today.
Yes, he's here.
Is he? Oh,
Yeah.
good.
He was in earlier on.
He's
I
around.
missed that.
You know, he subbed to me because he commented on one of my videos. Said he was lost.
He left 10 months later in August 1487. In the previous decades, Portuguese manners, most famously Prince Henry the Navigator. Appropriate name. His contribution was more as a patron and a sponsor of voyages of discovery than as a sailor. Had explored the areas of the Atlantic Ocean off southern Europe, Western Africa, as far as Cape Verde Islands, an island country in the central Atlantic Ocean, and modern-day Sierra Leone, and has gained sufficient knowledge of ocean shipping and wind patterns to enable subsequent voyages of the greatest distance. In the early 1480s, that was Diego Cam, wasn't it? In two voyages, he died towards the end of the second, had explored the mouth of the Congo River and sailed south of the equator to present-day Angola and
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I like to read it, but my eyes won't let me. So this is his journey. Guy went. Illustration of. That's just the illustration. Wow. Reminds me of the 3-hour TV show on a 3-hour tour with a little tiny boat.
Yeah, relatively speaking, they were tiny little boats.
I can't pronounce their names, but was piloted by that guy. Second caravel something was commanded by that bloke and piloted. Obviously, they had English names. Diaz's brother, yeah, that bloke was the captain of the square-rigged support ship. Pilot. The expedition sailed down the west coast of Africa. Provisions were picked up on the way at the Portuguese fortress of that place on the Gold Coast.
Sao Jorge de Mina.
Yeah, that's that. The Gold Coast.
Okay.
What do you mean the Gold Coast? We got the Gold Coast is in Australia. There's another Gold Coast.
Gold Coast is actually a country.
Yes.
Or colony on the West African.
On the Gulf of Guinea.
That's the original.
Okay. Portuguese colony on the Western African Gold Coast on the Gulf of Guinea. I'm going to have to look at where that is. I haven't got a map. After sailing south of modern-day Angola, Diaz reached the Gulf at yep, that's what it says. Walvis Bay in modern Mbit. They got maps? No, that don't help. That don't help either. By December, continuing south, he discovered Angra dos Reis and was hit by a violent storm. Okay, 13 days later, from the open ocean, he searched the coast again, the east, discovering and using the westerly winds, the ocean and finding just ocean. Well, there is just ocean out there, isn't it? Yeah, but it says he went east. Wait, no, did I read that right? He went south and discovered something there. 13 days in the open coast again to the east. So 13 days later, from the open ocean, he searched the coast. Oh, because he come down around somewhere, probably. I don't know. I need a map. That'd be helpful. Using the westerly winds, the ocean, and finding just ocean. Having round the Cape of Good Hope, okay, at a considerable distance to the west and southwest. Oh, so he wasn't very close to land then when he went around there then.
No, he was a long way off as he went round it, I think.
Yeah. Okay. So he's a considerable distance to the west and southwest as he went round. He turned east then, and taking advantage. See, how did he know how far down he went? Because we're not getting any of that information out of any of this, of his navigational. He turned east and took advantage of the winds of Antarctica that blows strongly in the South Atlantic. Sailed northeast. Okay. After 30 days without seeing land, he entered what he named Anguada de Sala Bay of St. Belize. Got no idea where that is. Somewhere there. Alright, to pinpoint these on a map would be cool. Later renamed Mossel Bay, and on February 4th...
I just found Mossel Bay.
Mossel Bay. It's on the southern cape of South Africa.
Yeah, it's right down at the bottom of South Africa, about halfway between Cape Town and Port Elizabeth.
Okay. That was in 1488. Expedition reached its furthest point on 12th of March 1488 when it anchored at a rocky headland on the coast of a bay near Bushman's River mouth in Eastern Cape Province. It is here that Portuguese navigator reached the first stone cross on there. Okay. Oh, that's where that thing was erected, and before turning back. Oh, okay. So he just went around to the Cape, around the Cape to a point, then turned around and went back. Okay, so he didn't go any further. What, provisions and all that sort of stuff, maybe? All that sort of could be an issue. Diaz wanted to continue to India. So they knew India was around that way. So they already had prior knowledge, because this is the first expedition down that way. So knowing where they were in their reference frame of where they went overland to know where India was, he was able to calculate that where he was sailing from and to, he could have kept going and found India. But he was forced to turn back.
Considering the extent of their travels, I imagine that the Portuguese were well versed in stellar navigation in the southern hemisphere, so they could have taken references from that.
Yeah, well, I was hoping we'd have a little bit of that to work with here, but we're not getting a...
Yeah, trouble is, this is a really, really basic overview, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, well, I'd like to see some documentation about that part of it to deal with how they navigated. So we'll up to forced to turn back when his crew refused to go further, and the rest of the officers unanimously favoured returning to Portugal. It was only on the return voyage that he actually discovered the actual Cape of Good Hope that time.
Yeah, because coming down, they were so far off it to begin with. They were so far out to sea that they didn't really round the Cape of Good Hope because I don't think they could even see it.
Yeah. Well, they did because they went round the bottom of Africa, but
yeah, but they weren't following the coastline, were they? They
No.
had sort of taken a very indirect route to do it.
Yeah, they were so far southwest and further back. Diaz returned to Lisbon in December that year after an absence of 16 months. So he's gone for 16 months to do that. Wow. The discovery of the passage around southern Africa was significant because for the first time, Europeans could trade directly with India and the Far East, bypassing the overland Euro-Asian route with its expensive European, Middle East and Central Asian. Official report of the expedition has been lost. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's just the way things happen, I suppose. That's that guy, did that. I really need to know about Christopher. He only went across, he only discovered America, really, or rediscovered.
Well, he didn't even do that. He discovered the Caribbean.
He was an Italian, a master navigator and admiral, and completed 4 voyages across the Atlantic. Oh, okay, there's a map. There we go. That'll do me. we don't need much else, do we?
See, look, he never actually made it to mainland America.
Wow. And just as we were just saying about the other guy, like if he came down and around, and if he would have went just that little bit further out, he would have hit the tip of South America. Yep. I'm just saying, for example, for him going down further around the Cape of Good Hope and just skipping, he was getting all the trade winds off Antarctica as well, he said. They didn't decide to go down, they just went that way.
Well, of course, that green run is his 3rd voyage. Look at the blue line for his first voyage.
First voyage? That one?
Yeah, that's the return. If you look at the start,
okay.
So there's his start. He's gone down to the Canary Islands.
Yep.
Then he's gone directly west.
Right, okay.
Then not quite sure what happened there.
Yeah, what happened there?
That could have been a storm or something. I don't know. I can't remember the story of his voyage.
No, I don't know it either. And then he went straight again. But they thought they were thinking they were going to get to India, didn't they?
Yes. Well, was it India or the Far East they were looking for?
Far East and the Indies, because they're known as the Indies.
China, I think, was it not?
Yeah, I think they were heading for China, but China and then on to India. But I think he probably thought, that's why it's called the West Indies.
Yeah, but when he seen the natives there and he noticed that they weren't Indians, like.
Yeah, but had he ever been to India? Had he met Indians?
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I don't know. I think there was just an awfully big presumption that, maybe we've got there.
But they must have known. They had to know pretty well what the circumference of the Earth was.
You would have thought so. Yeah.
So they must have known they hadn't gone anywhere near far enough, because they had the route round Africa. So they knew how far the route round Africa was. They knew how far it was if you went eastwards. So they must have been able to figure out how far it would be if they went westwards.
You'd think.
And I'm assuming they went westward, hoping they would find some other stuff on the way, because I can't see that they would have made it that far around without reprovisioning. I mean, they barely made it across the Atlantic.
Now, back to the actual lines that we've got drawn here. Does that dictate that they kept records of their longitude and latitudes? If they knew that these were the actual...
They could, yes.
As well as they could, yes.
Yeah. I think they kept a pretty good log of where they thought they were.
Yep.
Yeah.
I assume so.
I mean, obviously, latitude is never a problem. Finding that's not a problem. It's your longitude that's the issue.
I think it might have been, and I think
until Harrison developed his watch.
Yes.
It was really difficult to do longitude.
A lot of guesswork.
Let's face it. That's basically why.
So is that the third or fourth voyage where it comes down to the Cape, where it went to where it went here? They've virtually just
reading it.
They knew where it was because they've sailed almost directly into it. So
yeah, well, they knew where the Cape Verde Islands were. They were a Portuguese colony, they? Yeah.
TPC on the chat says they followed the Atlantic Ocean currents. Those three middle routes are dead air zones, and north is the northern current back to Europe.
Yes,
dead air zones? Which one? The three middle routes are dead air. Oh, these ones in here. That's why they're all zigzaggy.
Red, green, and yellow, I think.
Yeah. So you're probably better off coming further down, or maybe further up. Well, you wouldn't want to come too far up. Didn't the Titanic sink somewhere along there? Further up.
They were further up.
They were more off Newfoundland.
Here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where the icebergs are.
Yeah, I heard there was an iceberg.
Yeah.
Just reading an excerpt from a book called Reflections upon some Navigational and Hydrographic Problems of the 15th Century related to the voyage of Bartholomew Diaz.
Catchy title.
I know, it's wonderful.
You want to read it out while we're here?
The whole book, or just the title? I think it just did. But it says that they've been using something called altitude navigation prior to the development of latitude navigation, and Diaz was the first to prove the usefulness of it. So this is the early days of figuring out what your latitude is using a new method. Longitude was, and this is what, 1485-ish?
Yeah, around there,
something around those lines. So when was the, what was it, 1764? So almost 300 years later before they finally nailed down how to figure out your longitude using an accurate timepiece.
Nippert, stop nagging. Hi, Carl. What was that? There was a question down there somewhere. Oh, yeah. TP Seeker says, well, we need to find an ocean current map and do an overlay. Oh, wouldn't that be cool if we could do that? But, yeah. Anyway. Yeah, that would be cool. I like things like that, to do that. Yes, we're trying to find overland explorations, but we've got the trade route.
Terry, that would mean you'd have to do preparation work, though, wouldn't it?
Oh.
It's no call for that sort of language, thank you.
TP Seeker. Yeah. You mean I'd have to plan?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you'd actually have to do stuff in advance. Or
like 5 minutes beforehand on Discord.
Or find somebody to do it. Or find somebody to do all your Photoshop work for you.
That's a good idea.
There's a reason plan is a 4-letter word.
Yep.
That's a good idea. Yeah. Get somebody else to do all my prep work and everything. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, well, you'd have to apply the 6 Ps, wouldn't you, Terry?
That's a going rate.
What's the going rate?
You know what the 6 Ps are, don't you?
Well, I know planning preparations in it somewhere.
Prior planning prevents piss poor
Poor
performance.
You saying that this is piss poor performance? That's what you're
No,
implying.
I'm just saying that prior planning prevents it.
Yeah.
But that's in an implication of what's happening.
Not
without
necessarily.
Okay. Oh, we've got Vikings here, but I'm looking for land, but everything's over the ocean. Is that all they had? All they did back in the day was sail around.
Well,
the land wasn't that
yeah,
important.
because travelling overland was really bloody difficult, and there were lots of people that might kill you, as well as you was actually probably more likely to die on an overland journey than you were on a ship, and ships weren't exactly safe either.
Ah, okay, Fred. Weren't we talking about that a minute ago? About what Fred wants to know? So what was the first voyage to the mainland US? Well, that was the Vikings.
Probably Leif Erikson in around about 1000 AD.
Yeah, Viking Age, here. Here we go. Vikings explored Europe and much of the western northern hemisphere via rivers and oceans.
Yeah.
Greenland. Went to Greenland in about 850, I'd say. After being expelled from Iceland, while his son, the Icelandic explorer Leif Erikson, 990-1020, reached Newfoundland and the nearby North American coast, believed to be the first European to land in North America. So have we got anything here to help?
See, that was the other thing, because of the style of boat that the I'll call them Vikings, but that group, there were Norse and Svea and Danes and all sorts of. Because of the types of boat they built, they were really good at sailing up and down rivers.
Yeah.
In fact, one of the reasons that a lot of people started building bridges across rivers wasn't to get the other side of the river; it was to stop the bloody Vikings sailing up it.
Bloody Vikings!
Well, what did the
Their love of spam.
What did the Vikings ever do for
us? Yeah.
Spam.
So that's part of America, North America over here?
And that big green blob that is Northumbria, as it was in 820, really ought to also include East Anglia.
Yes.
Because it wasn't very long after they took Northumbria that they took the East Anglia, and I'm trying to remember the name.
Which continent are we on?
This is Europe.
Britain.
And I'm talking about that funny shaped island with a big ass sticking out the back, sticking out the eastern side.
Just above where it says 820. That green area is sort of Northumbria.
Oh, okay.
That's Northumbria, but they should actually really include Mercia is the middle bit, and then East Anglia to the right, because they didn't take Wales and they didn't take Wessex, which is kind of the bottom bit below the Thames.
Yeah,
they got the north bit up here of Scotland.
They got a bit of Scotland. They did
land over there in Ireland. They got
they took a bit of Ireland around Dublin, but the Irish were quite fighty, and so they didn't really. And then of course they made that in Normandy. So because actually Britain has never been invaded by the French, because the Normans aren't French.
No, they're Norsemen.
They're Norsemen.
They are I am descended from them.
Yeah, I live in an area where all the place names are derived from Danish. Or sorry, about 2/3 of the place names are derived from Danish.
Yeah, my ancestors were the Normans that came over in 1066.
Yeah. And,
I'd just
they
like to
weren't
take a
French.
moment to congratulate Alan on understatement of the stream by calling the Irish a bit fighty.
Yeah, I know. A bit fighty. Short your fish.
Careful.
Oh, well, they
are, aren't they? They are a bit fighty.
They are a bit fighty, yes.
Okay.
But they were very much fighty at the time.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the first century, is that the first century 1000? Year 1000?
Yeah, that's about,
10th century.
10th century, sorry.
Actually, no, that's the 11th century.
Well,
The year
11th
1000
century.
is the 11th century.
Yes, sorry.
Okay,
Alan, you've been very pedantic today.
More so than usual.
Well, there's two. Well, Pip.
Don't ask me questions like that.
Pip, there is two of him, so he's twice as pedantic.
Well, that's true.
One of them's understated, the other one's pedantic.
Okay, what do we got here? Polynesian age. Okay, Polynesians were a maritime people who populated and explored Central and South Pacific for around 5,000 years, up to about 1280, when they discovered New Zealand.
New Zealand?
New Zealand? Are you saying that New Zealand was found before Australia? Okay.
No, the Polynesians went there.
It doesn't say what year,
1280.
does it?
Yeah, about 1280 the Polynesians went there.
Okay. The key invention to their exploration was the outrigger canoe. Shit, that would have been an adventure.
Aye.
Which provided a swift and stable platform for carrying goods and people. Based on limited evidence, well, obviously, it is thought the voyage to New Zealand was deliberate. It is unknown if one or more boats went to New Zealand, or the type of boat, or the names of those who migrated. 2011 studies in the we need Sheepy here to pronounce some of these words.
Wairau
in New Zealand showed a high probability that one origin was
Ruahine.
Yeah, my eyes are watering trying to read. Was Rohine Island in the Society
Ruahine.
Islands. Oh, shut up! I'll read it my way. In the Society.
I'm also a New Zealander, so there you go.
Okay.
You know he's no good at pronunciation.
Society Islands. Polynesians may have used the prevailing northeasterly trade winds to reach New Zealand in about 3 weeks. The Cook Islands are in direct line along the migration path and may have been an intermediate stopping point. There are cultural and language similarities between Cook Islanders and New Zealand. Maori, okay. Early Maori had different legends of their origins, but the stories were misunderstood and reinterpreted in confused written accounts by early European historians in New Zealand, trying to present a coherent pattern of Maori settlement in New Zealand. Okay.
Now, an interesting part of this is it completely omits the fact that there were already people living there when they arrived.
Yeah.
So 1280 was when the Polynesian diaspora reached New Zealand, but when they got there, somebody had already sailed there previously. Nobody knows how long ago.
Yeah,
and the
that was
indigenous
the bit
population at the time was the Morioris.
Is it Morioris?
Yep. So they were present in New Zealand prior to the arrival of the Maori, who basically then went, okay, it's our land now, we're going to take it for our own.
Sounds familiar.
It's like as if they completely ignored Australia for some reason. Going by the patterns.
Don't go there, they're all troublemakers.
Yeah.
Probably.
Stay away from this place, it's going to be a prison colony at some point.
Everything here's going to kill you. Don't go.
Yeah, everything's venomous and bitey deadly. Let's just go round it, shall we?
Yeah, and also you probably want to remember that a lot of this is going to be based on currents and wind patterns. And I'm betting you for the types of ships they had, the currents and wind patterns just wouldn't take them anywhere near Australia.
Probably not.
So we're assuming that New Zealand was already known somehow by word of mouth through the islands that they've picked up on prior to this.
TP Seeker says Polynesians also used ocean currents. What helped them figure out routes was debris being carried by the ocean currents.
No.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So this is pre-star navigation and all that sort of way of knowing how to do things.
Well, they would have used the. They would have used the. I'm pretty sure they would have used the stars.
Yeah.
You'd have thought so.
Yeah, and the sun.
Mm-hmm.
The current theories are that stellar navigation was common for the Polynesians at the time.
Yeah.
It may not have been accurate in terms of properly identifying latitude and longitude, but it was good enough to get from A to B.
And that's actually all you need, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, they've got an arrow.
Especially if you're using wind patterns and currents to help you as well.
Why does it zoom in further than what I want?
Well, because
I'm intrigued by this dotted line because I know the Easter Islands are somewhere along here.
I think Easter Island's probably at the end of that pointy arrow that's down there.
Hang on, let's have a look.
Not those ones. No, they're not showing anything here.
No, not that pointy arrow. The other pointy arrow before the dotted line.
What, here?
Yeah.
Ah. What is it? Can't get it to.
He's gone too far.
Yeah, I've gone too far. Oh, Easter Island. Oh, is that far out? AD 1000, 1200. Okay. Now I wonder if that.
Muppet.
Oh, Muppet's gone.
Hi, Keela.
And Keela.
Oh
no, Keela's coming. They've just arrived.
One in, one out.
Yeah. Shout out to Keela.
Parody preserved.
Shout out to Keela for helping me on my new Samsung Galaxy A31 phone. That's further out than I thought. I thought it was a lot closer to the South American coast, but I didn't realise it was that far.
No, it's
out in the ocean.
It's a long way out.
Yeah.
That's why the South Americans never went there.
Interesting. We haven't done a Easter Island thing yet.
It's what's technically known as the
antique technology stuff could relate to that island because of the statues and things.
Yeah, but they don't really know much.
Yeah. How far up north did they go? Up
I would love to come see them.
Not.
I want to zoom in on something.
Again.
3000 BC. Wow.
Again, a lot of it will be where do the wind patterns and currents take them?
Well, we've got a question mark between that way and that way. Micronesia. What's up here?
China.
We'll never know.
No, Hawaii. They even made it to Hawaii. Did they colonize Hawaii? Or, like, is this the same as Easter Island? Like, that habitat that.
Well, yeah, there was a.
That's
there were Polynesians in Hawaii when Westerners arrived.
Okay. That was supposed to be Christopher Columbus. What happened there?
Yeah, voyages of Christopher Columbus.
How did we get onto that?
We should hit Vikings and stuff
Oh,
in the little
yeah,
box.
I lost me page, sorry. Okay, we've been going for that long. I think we'll leave that for now.
Well, you don't want to bore Ross anymore.
Like who gives a bugger?
Yeah.
Hands up, all those who care. Oh, come on, somebody must. No, I wasn't putting my hands up. I'm just stretching.
I've got a problem. I can't put my hand up in Zoom, but I can do thumbs up and thumbs down and stuff.
No, it's all right.
Okay.
Oh, nobody was putting a hand up anyway.
Oh, okay. So we'll finish with that video. Yeah, that one. Finish with that.
So who is the scientist of the day?
Yes, I know. I've been thinking of that, and I got no idea. Any in the peanuts?
That's got to be like 60s, I think. 50s, 60s, the photo.
No peanuts, know who that is?
Handsome chappy, whoever it is.
It's quite young.
Well, looks aren't everything. I was going to finish
That's a very non-committal.
I was going to finish that sentence off, but I thought I better not.
I'll give you a clue. I have become death, the destroyer of worlds.
Oh, Oppenheimer.
You're
correct.
Oh, me.
Yeah, Fred Nutt's got it.
Yes, that's a very famous quote, isn't it?
Hey, Fred. You get a half a spanner.
A spanner.
Fred blue. That's nice, though. Thanks.
Today in history was when they approved the transfer of Werner von Braun and his rocket science to the US.
Oh, Ross said Ella Mura, something, means great land to the west from the Maori people. Okay.
It's the same for Clariana, if you like.
Anybody know what time it is now? Any guesses? The peanuts around on the panel? Oh, the panel should know, but it's the peanuts that are.
Is it from photos time from Gravity?
I'm just trying to figure it out. I've got something. It's my screens are all.
You got too many tabs open, Paul.
Yeah, I have. Every time I go to share something, the thing that I want to share disappears off the screen. So I'll have to open it up in Word. I think that might be a better idea. Let me try.
Sometimes says it's hammer time.
Yeah, Dora said derp. No, I couldn't.
Derp.
I would have liked to have actually had a little bit of derp. The only derp I could think of is if Ross came on and we discussed something.
Oh Christ, no! I'm
Oh! I must go check the washing machine.
Yeah, I'll be back in a minute. I've just got to go and do an oil change on the car.
Yeah.
4 hours I thought earlier on was enough.
I just got to go do some gardening.
Yeah, I've got to go and replace the engine on the wagon.
Yeah. I've just got to retile the roof or something.
Yeah. Wait a minute, I just heard my mum call me.
I'll be with you in a moment.
You're fine. Yep. Okay, Peanuts, what's a good excuse for something like that? Or what's the best excuse you've given your parents when they've told you to come and clean your room or something, and you've told them, no, I've got to go and wash my hair, or no, sorry, I've got an appointment.
That's a test of the memory, isn't it?
Yeah. Bob says got to go and milk the cat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Milk. Okay.
Traffic I've got to do and have a lobotomy.
Okay. Can I make a cuppa while user admin for 5
I'm nearly organised.
Well, I can make a cuppa, can't I?
You can.
Yeah, I'll squeeze a cuppa in. I'll turn my mic off so you don't hear the Roar the jet engine of the jug.
I've got a bone in my leg. Oh, I found a bone. Oh, no. Yeah, sorry, I'm halfway through regrouting the tiles. Yeah.
No, mine either, Fred.
I can't possibly move. The cat just got comfy. The cat's not on my lap, but I can't possibly move because the cat's just got comfy. And she does actually. She sits on the cushion next to me and sort of just reaches out and likes to lay a paw on my leg just to say, "I'm here." Yes, I know that. Because 2 minutes ago you were snoring very loudly. I've never heard a cat snore quite like that one before.
I was going to say, was it you or the cat?
No, it's the cat. She's got two types of snoring. She either does this sort of high-pitched whistle or a very low, almost human-like qualities. And I can be in bed upstairs and hear her snoring down in the lounge because I don't close the door or anything. But I have sort of woken up before and thought, what the bloody hell is that? Oh, it's the cat snoring. And she has a habit of falling asleep out of view. So you can come downstairs and hear the snoring and think, I can hear the cat, but where is it?
Fred Bailey says, I once asked a nurse what lobotomy was at a party at the hospital. I didn't get lucky that night, or many others, really.
Hey, Pip, you know you got this policy about talking about cars for too long or something. Can I have the same policy for cats?
Of course you can.
Okay.
It's your show.
Okay.
It's your show.
What? You don't like us talking about pussies?
No, I said I don't like cats.
You don't like cats?
Yeah.
You've just gone
right.
round in my
Have you got something up?
Yes. We do indeed.
Hey, don't start without me. Wait, I'm coming.
Now Terry's all left out.
I'm coming.
Oh, okay.
I'm here.
If you're in your kitchen, be careful.
I'm here.
Yeah, if you're near the cooker, watch yourself.
If you're in the kitchen, be careful, Terry. Yeah.
Okay.
These are letters written from a specific British council to a British council regarding various things.
Oh, do you know which one?
We start off with, Islington. That's right.
Oh, Islington.
Northeast London.
Yeah.
How did you guess, Alan?
Well, I could see it in the thing.
Yeah.
But Islington is northeast London. It's what you might describe as deprived inner city.
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense then. I want some repairs done to my cooker as it has backfired and burnt my knob off. Got to be careful about that.
Stop the cooker. Oh.
Yeah. I wish to complain that my father hurt his ankle very badly when he put his foot in the hole in his back passage.
He's flexible.
He kicked himself in the arse. Their 18-year-old son is continuously banging his balls against my fence.
I could do a Pipinori of this.
I wish to report that tiles are missing from the roof of the outside toilet, and I think it was bad wind the other night that blew them off.
You know when you've eaten sprouts.
That's old as you still got an outside toilet.
Oh dear. The lavatory seat is cracked. Where do I stand?
Lavatory seat.
Yeah. I am writing on behalf of my sink, which is coming away from the wall. Will you please send someone to mend the garden path? My wife tripped and fell on it yesterday, and now she is pregnant.
What?
Don't fall over, Terry. I request your permission to remove my drawers in the kitchen.
Okay.
Please send a photo.
Yeah. Can you please tell me when the repairs will be done, as my wife is about to become an expectant mother?
Oh dear.
I'm still having trouble with smoke in my built-in drawers. The toilet is blocked and we cannot bathe the children until it is cleared.
Why the toilet's blocked with children?
Will you please send a man to look at my water? It is a funny colour and not fit to drink.
Now that one really is a Ross.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our lavatory seat is broken in half and now it is in 3 pieces. That's flat earth math.
I was just going to say, what math's that?
Yeah. Would you please send a man to repair my sprout? I am an old age pensioner and need it straight away.
Really? Going pretty good for an old age pensioner.
Yeah. I want to complain about the farmer across the road. Every morning at 6 a.m. his cock wakes me up and it's getting too much.
What, from across the road? That's impressive.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a cock.
That's right, yeah. The man next door has a large erection in the back garden, which is unsightly and dangerous.
Oh.
Our kitchen floor is damp. We have 2 children and would like a third. So will you please send someone around to do something about it?
Okay.
You want the job, Terry?
I don't know. I might be getting too old for that shit.
Yeah.
And a man from the council came round, and now we've got 3 kids.
Yeah. I am a single woman living in a downstairs flat and would be pleased if you could do something about the noise made by the man.
Oh, you would have to cut out.
Where's he gone?
I might have to read it out for him. I'm a single woman living in a downstairs flat and would be pleased if you could do something about the noise made by the man I have on top of me every night.
I'm definitely going to use these in a pepperoni. It's a good note.
I hope Paul didn't faint. I didn't hear a thump.
No.
Oh no.
He's dropped.
The satellite
We started
balloon.
Paul on internet or computer.
I was going to say satellite balloon must have burst. We'd have to send another one up. Now flip your hair, Terry. What was that for? Missed that comment. No, that one. TP Seeker.
Some of these are very reminiscent of a little book I have in front of me called The Meaning of Life.
Oh, I love that.
Here's my favourite. Here's my favourite one. Basically, what Douglas Adams and John Lloyd did is they put words to things, particularly everyday occurrences, that don't have a word for them. Let's take one at random. Ababeeg, of amateur actors to adopt a Mexican accent when called upon to play any variety of foreigner, except Pakistanis, for whom a Welsh accent is considered sufficient. Worksop, a person who never actually gets around to doing anything because he spends all his time writing out lists headed "things to do" (brackets urgent). And my favourite is Pelutho, the South American ball game. The balls are whacked against a brick wall with a stout wooden bat until the prisoner confesses. Marlowe, the bottom drawer in the kitchen your mother keeps her paper bags in. There's actually 2 books of this, but this is the original one. It's a tiny little thing.
No, I heard somewhere that the bulk of the words are actually little-known place names.
They are all place names, most of them in the UK. Aberystwyth, which is obviously in Wales. A nostalgic yearning, which in itself more pleasant than the thing being yearned for. Let's try and find some places people are. Alan will know where this is. Acle.
Oh, yeah, just 5 miles from me.
It's a noun, and it means the rogue pin which shirt makers conceal in the most improbable fold of a new shirt. Its function is to stab you when you don the garment.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, I can. Yeah. But the problem is, Acle is actually a very pleasant little mark. You can't call it a town; it's a village. But it has a weekly market and also a weekly dead stock auction. Really, very useful. Yeah, I might have mentioned earlier selling a printer to a lawyer. That was where I acquired said printer from the market because for reasons they had to sell it, spares or repairs.
Here he is.
Yeah, sorry about that. My computer crashed. So
I guess that.
Yeah, we thought there was something dramatic. We thought, no, you didn't faint. We didn't hear the thump. So
no, it just locked up and wouldn't respond. So,
have you considered that may have been because you used Comic Sans?
Yeah,
maybe.
And the computer laughed so hard it crashed.
Yeah, I'll see what else I've got here. I did have something else.
I read the last one out, but I don't think it come across as funny as if you read it.
Okay. And I did have one other thing to share, and I hope my computer won't crash when I do this one. Let's have a go and see what I can do here.
Just put one word up at a time.
Now I've got to get to the actual Zoom thing. Where is it?
Over there.
Somewhere else. I've got to find Zoom again now. There it is. Yeah, it's something you'll know what's happened. Hey.
Who keeps calling me Terry Evans? Carl?
Yeah.
Have we? Can you see this one?
Yes, we can see. We are seeing.
Right. Good. I haven't quite completed this one, but we'll get as far as we can go. Right. So I was driving along the motorway. Yeah. I was driving along the motorway when the police pulled me over onto the hard shoulder. Unfortunately, I was in the middle lane and there was another car in the way.
Barge.
Going to work at 7 a.m. this morning, I drove out of my drive straight into a bus. The bus was 5 minutes early.
Good excuse.
I was driving along when I saw two kangaroos copulating in the middle of the road, causing me to ejaculate through the sunroof. The accident happened because I had one eye on the lorry in front, one eye on the pedestrian, and the other on the car behind.
How many eyes you got?
Yeah. I started to slow down, but the traffic was more stationary than I thought.
Okay.
I pulled into a lay-by with smoke coming from under the hood. I realised the car was on fire, so I took my dog and smothered it with a blanket. Could either driver have done anything to avoid the accident? Travelled by bus? The claimant had collided with a cow. The questions and answers on the claim form were: what warning was given by you? Horn. What warning was given by the other party? Moo.
No.
I started to turn, and it was at this point I noticed a camel and an elephant tethered at the verge. This distraction caused me to lose concentration and hit a bollard.
I can see that. Yeah, is that a camel and an elephant? Boom.
On approach to the traffic lights, the car in front suddenly broke. I was going at about 70 or 80 miles per hour when my girlfriend on the pillion reached over and grabbed my testicles, so I lost control.
I can see how that'd be a distraction.
Yeah, that'd be a problem. I didn't think the speed limit applied after midnight.
No, it doesn't. Of course it doesn't.
Oh, the way some people drove.
Yeah. I knew the dog was possessive about the car, but I would not have asked her to drive it if I had thought there was any risk.
Sounds like a bitch.
Do you engage in motorcycling, hunting, or any other pastimes of a hazardous nature? I watched the lottery show and listened to Terry Wogan.
Shout out for LTEL.
LTEL, yeah.
First car stopped suddenly. Second car hit first car, and haggis ran into the rear of the second car.
And a haggis.
Haggis.
Windscreen broken. Cause unknown. Probably voodoo. Yeah.
That bloody voodoo again.
Yeah. The car in front hit the pedestrian, but he got up, so I hit him again.
Stay down, damn it.
Yeah, you didn't kill him the first time.
Yeah. I pulled away from the sides of the road, glanced at my mother-in-law, and headed over the embankment.
Oh.
The other car collided with mine without giving warning of its intention. I collided with a stationary truck coming the other way.
They're going to be coming when it was stationary.
Yeah, exactly. A truck backed through my windshield into my wife's face.
Oh,
that would hurt.
That would hurt.
A pedestrian hit me and went under my car.
Okay.
It was just sitting there.
Yeah.
In an attempt to kill a fly, I drove into a telephone pole. I had been shopping for plants all day and was on my way home. As I reached an intersection, a hedge sprang up, obscuring my vision, and I did not see the other car.
Oh, okay. Those hedges, you've got to watch out.
Those hedges,
yeah. They just spring up anywhere. You know? I was on my way to the doctor with rear end trouble when my universe joint gave way, causing me to have an accident.
In the seat?
An invisible car came out of nowhere, struck my car, and vanished.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there is a few of them out there.
I was thrown from the car as it left the road. I was later found in a ditch by some stray cows. Coming home, I drove into the wrong house and collided with a tree I don't have. I thought my window was down, but I found it was up when I put my head through it.
Oh.
Now, the guy was all over the road. I had to swerve a number of times before I hit him. I had been driving for 40 years when I fell asleep at the wheel and had an accident.
Wow. That's a long time to be driving without sleep.
Long time to be driving,
indeed.
Yeah. As I approached an intersection, a sign suddenly appeared in a place where no stop sign had ever appeared before.
Oh, okay. Well, just popped up, one of those pop-up signs.
Yeah. To avoid hitting the bumper of the car in front, I struck a pedestrian.
Oh.
I would have gone for the car myself, but you know.
Yeah. My car was legally parked as it backed into the other vehicle. People really put these things on their insurance claim forms. Yeah. I told the police that I was not injured, but upon removing my hat, I found that I had a fractured skull. I was sure the old fellow would never make it to the other side of the road when I struck him.
The
pedestrian had no idea which way to run, so I ran over him. I saw a slow-moving, sad-faced old gentleman as he bounced off the bonnet of my car. the roof of my car.
Now you're quoting directly from Jasper.
I was. Yeah, that's right. The indirect cause of the accident was a little guy in a small car with a big mouth.
How very accurate.
Yeah.
Little gobshite.
Yeah. The telephone pole was approaching. I was attempting to swerve out of the way when I struck the front end.
That's the old lighthouse and the ship.
Yeah.
No, you get out of the way. No, you get out of the way.
The gentleman behind me struck me on the backside. He then went to rest in a bush with just his rear end showing.
Okay.
I had been learning to drive with power steering. I turned the wheel to what I thought was enough and found myself in a different direction going the opposite way.
Oh, that one definitely reminds me of when I first got the station wagon, and I never had power steering in a car before because I had the HG. And I drove the wagon for a test drive, and I went to go around the corner, and then we drove up the gutter.
Yeah, because you turned it like you would in an unpowered steering car, didn't you? Yeah.
I thought, shit, what's going on here?
I was backing my car out of the driveway in the usual manner when it was struck by the other car in the same place it had been struck several times before.
Reminds me of the definition of insanity.
Yeah. When I saw I could not avoid a collision, I stepped on the gas and crashed into the other car.
A great way of avoiding a collision.
I'm going to hit him anyway. Might as well go hard.
Yeah. The accident happened when the right front door of a car came around the corner without giving a signal.
Just the door.
Yeah. No one was to blame for the accident, but it would have never happened if the other driver had been alert.
I'm not saying he's to blame, but he's to blame.
No.
Yeah.
I was unable to stop in time, and my car crashed into the other vehicle. The driver and passengers then left immediately for a vacation with injuries. The pedestrian ran for the pavement, but I got him.
How you can run, but you can't hide.
Yeah. I saw her look at me twice. She appeared to be making slow progress when we met on impact. The accident occurred when I was attempting to bring my car out of a skid by steering it into the other vehicle. My car got hit by a submarine.
What?
My car got hit by a submarine. The Navy informed the wife of a submariner that the craft was due in port. She drove to the base to meet her husband and parked at the end of the slip where the sub was to berth. An inexperienced ensign was conning the sub, and it rammed the end of the slip, breaking a section away, causing her car to fall into the water, and the Navy paid the compensation.
No.
So legitimately, her car was hit by a submarine.
Hit by a submarine.
Okay.
Just imagine, you are a mere ensign, and they've put you in charge of the submarine, and you crash it.
Yeah.
How to get sent to the beach.
Yeah.
Aye.
I bumped into a lamppost which was obscured by human beings.
Should have made it a softer impact then.
Yeah.
The accident was caused by me waving to the man I hit last week. I knocked over a man. He admitted it was his fault, for he'd been knocked down before. Yeah, and that's it. That's
thank you.
There you go.
Thank you very much.
I say reminiscent of the aircraft maintenance logs. Have you ever read those ones?
Oh yes, I've read some of them. Yeah.
My favourite of those was always evidence of hydraulic fluid leak. Evidence removed.
But here is a genuine statement written on an RAF Form F700. Minus 50 volt supply shorted to ground via load. Fault cleared. The problem was the load. It was me.
Oh.
Yeah, and it was quite a painful belt as well, because there was quite a lot of current in the 50 volt supply. It was driving lots of post office relays for our logic circuits.
I've just found a list of those maintenance reports. Problem: mouse in cockpit. Solution: cat installed. Left inside main tyre, almost needs replacement. Solution: almost replaced left inside main tyre. Test flight okay, except auto land very rough. Response: auto land not installed on this aircraft. Oh dear. Friction locks cause throttle levers to stick. That's what they're for. Number 3 engine missing. Ones. Engine found on right wing after brief search. Oh dear. And here's the best one. Noise coming from under instrument panel. Sounds like a midget pounding on something with a hammer. Solution: took hammer away from midget. Oh, absolutely brilliant.
There are a couple that you missed on those letters to the Islington Council. One was, please send a man with clean tools to finish the job and satisfy my wife. And I have had the clerk of the works down on the floor 6 times, but still have no satisfaction. And another one, this is to let you know that our lavatory seat is broken and we can't get BBC Two.
Huh? Have you got the bush one?
Oh, Blue has just put in the side chat. Something loose in cockpit. Something tightened in cockpit.
Oh dear.
Another one that I found on that Paul is, my bush is really overgrown around the front and my back passage has fungus growing in it. That's a picture of me next week. Definitely.
That's got to be, doesn't it?
Gotta do it.
Oh, hang on. Yarmouth. To shout at foreigners in the belief that the louder you speak, the better they'll understand you.
I wonder if that applies to Yarmouth or Great Yarmouth.
No, just have we got an entry for Great Yarmouth? Hang on a minute, let me have a look.
Because remember, they are 2 separate places.
No, we don't have a Great Yarmouth in here, just Yarmouth.
Yeah, I just wonder if it was like Yarmouth, Isle of Wight, or Great Yarmouth.
Hang on.
Fuck.
Let me check the map. There's always a map. Oh, Yarmouth, Isle of Wight.
Okay, because when my ex worked at one of the holiday camps, they had somebody turn up who was booked into the camp in Yarmouth, Isle of Wight, not Great Yarmouth in Norfolk.
Here's one I think some of us might be familiar with. Woking. Standing in the kitchen, wondering what you came in here for.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, that kind of sums up quite a few of my trips to Woking.
Oh, there's just Whapload drove a homicidal golf stroke. God, I hadn't read this book in years. I mean, 1983 this came out. Good grief.
I've got 43 views on that nothing video that accidentally got uploaded.
Well, that's obviously the way to go. Just put out sub 20-second videos that don't really do anything. Except going testing.
Or 12-minute proofs of the flat Earth that are completely and utterly undeniable.
Are we doing questions?
Nobody's debunked.
Yeah, I've got them here ready.
What, quiz?
Yep.
Oh, that video, no. I haven't had a Globie come along to me and try to debunk it yet.
Nobody has debunked that video yet, have they, successfully?
No, I haven't heard nobody.
You just can't.
I've even threatened Blue to do it, but he won't.
Okay, we're ready for the quiz then.
How many views has it had? It's only had 328 views. Oh, that's not too bad.
Oh, yeah, fuck you.
Okay.
Yeah, Alan moved.
I think so. Oh, yeah, that wasn't voluntary movement.
No,
that was the problem.
No. Blue said I'm busy working on my 6.3 1K special Screw Team.
Yeah. Screw Team.
Oh. I was all over the moon the other day getting 1.5.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, I couldn't even make 333. I got to 332, and then I've slipped back a bit.
Oh. Yeah, Tim ruined his with Ross.
I'm reading funny things that people have written on army fitness reports. Hilarious.
Yeah, I think I can find some.
If you stand close enough to him, you can hear the ocean.
I used to have a printed out list of them. There was one that went along the lines of, his men will follow him anywhere, but only to see what he'll do next.
Yeah.
I'll have to see if I can find it. There's some absolute corkers in there.
I've got a list of RAF ones as well, if you want them. Or access to a list of RAF ones, I should say.
Yeah, I think I've got it filed away somewhere, but I think I've only got it on a sheet of paper because it was pre-internet.
Right, quiz, so we can get this.
Do we need to read the rules before you start, so everyone knows what's going on?
I think everyone should know. Oh, going to read questions. I think this would be for E-Monk more than anything else. We type our answers into the internal chat. Don't say them, so that the
You can be vague about your responses to do with the answer, but not particularly the answer.
So open internal chat.
The peanuts get a bit lag, so have to wait. Terry, why am I not blue? You're not blue, Fred. You're not blue, Fred, because that's not my thingo to do it. Because it's Alan's channel, and you're not special enough to have a spanner. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, eyes down. Question 1.
Yep.
Who sold the most Who sold the most albums on a single day?
Ooh.
Most albums. I'll try this person, but it's probably wrong.
Nope.
No, he doesn't hate you, Fred.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing, farmers.
Yeah, I was thinking of him too. I was thinking of him as well.
No, not according
to my or that. Yeah.
I don't know how old my quiz is.
Justin Bieber. I knew a host you would go for that one. Yeah, good on you, Stewie.
Akadaka.
Yeah.
If only it was Akadaka.
Akadaka.
I like E-Monk's answer.
Okay, clue. He sold 20 million the day after he died.
You saying he?
Oh,
he.
God, it's him.
Him. You mean
out of
this? Not this person.
Yes.
Yeah, but I can't answer it. I've already answered my question.
I don't care about that.
Okay.
Oh, him. I didn't even think about him. Talentless, no good.
What's the only one I can think of that?
Oh, it's my hero.
Yeah, I could have thought of that person too, Dora.
Love him. Brought up with him.
Yeah, my mum watched all the movies all the time of a Saturday afternoon, so I had no choice.
We have a correct answer from Boggs. It was Elvis. 20 million records sold the day after he died.
But it was rubbish.
No, he wasn't. Don't start.
Elvis is too fat to leave the building.
He didn't die. He just went home.
Yeah. Okay, next question. I'm not going to ask that because who the hell would know that?
We never know.
What country? No, it's very British.
The one.
What country's people? I'll ask it at the end then.
Okay.
What country's people have the longest life expectation?
Oh, which country?
It's on the moon. No.
I'll try that one, but I know I'm wrong.
Nope.
Oh. Yes, Monk.
Just saying.
That's a bit low, but yeah, it's funny. It's a bit too soon, but
Too soon. Sorry.
Nope. Kalu.
Play?
It's quite cold. Nope.
not these guys. How do you spell their name?
Almost peanuts. Almost.
Not that one. You said cold.
Yeah, that's not a country though.
Oh.
Yes. Hurrah. Not Queensland.
Do we get there in the end?
Yes. Not Scotland. Yes, well done, Dora. Iceland.
Iceland. Okay. Farmer got it. No, he didn't.
What does it? I'm not saying because he had a couple of goals.
Yeah.
Give yourself a point if you want.
Yeah.
What does the entire economy of the island of Nauru depend on? Nauru. Nauru. What does the entire economy of the island depend on?
Paul.
Oh, yes, I think you're right.
Yes.
Okay.
Or what's otherwise known as, I think that's the right spelling.
That's it.
Yes.
How does one pronounce it? I have no idea.
I thought bats had the same thing.
It's different.
Was that different?
Yes, we have Carl Edwards and Alan Evans. Guano. Bird poop.
Bird poop.
Actually, my thing says bird shit.
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah, working in that area, it would be a shit of a job.
Okay, John Glenn, the first US. Oh, that's written wrong. The first American to orbit the Earth was in which service?
Oh, Glenn, he was.
Service. Oh, I like that. Okay. I'll try something
Alan,
different.
a bit more. Yeah. What Terry put?
Oh yeah. Semper Fi.
I like when you guys answer first and then you find out you're wrong and then
Yes, Carl, that's the The US Marine Corps.
Well, as we'd put the other three up first, that only left you one.
So that's why you shouldn't type straight away, 100% thinking you got it right.
It was one of 4 services, and we were wrong with the first 3. So,
process of elimination.
Yep, yes. That's it.
Actually, it could be one of 5. That I believe the US actually has 5 services.
Coast Guard's one as well, aren't they?
Because the coasties are actually.
Yeah, they're armed and everything.
Yeah, I don't think any member of the US Coast Guard was an astronaut.
No, but they do have pilots.
Yeah, but I might be wrong, but I'm fairly certain. Certainly back then, in that whole Mercury, Gemini, Apollo mob, I don't think the US Coast Guard figured.
No, I don't think they did. I was just pointing out. Somebody said that there's 4 to pick from, and actually there's 5.
Okay.
Yeah, Alan's in a pedantic mood today. Remember?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm Mr. Pedantic today.
Okay.
And Mr. Understatement.
Feel free to Google. If you need to Google, please do, because you'll probably never get it. If you do, well done. Oedipus was named after what literal translation? And that would be Oedipus.
Yeah, whatever.
Did you say
Oedipus?
My Latin's a bit rusty.
Greek.
Yeah, but is that what you
Greek.
said?
Sorry, my ancient Greek.
No, Terry. Oedipus.
That's what you said.
Oedipus.
Yeah, exactly. You have to keep repeating it.
Pep does not. Pep likes pineapple, does not.
Well, the actual answer is quite something.
That's it. Because the last.
And you Googled that.
Of course, I Googled it. I didn't bloody know that. Good grief! Who'd ever guess that?
Well, I was asked for the translation, so I was translating from Scottish to English. So there you go.
Means 8 feet. So Oedipus means something. Feet. Foot.
Anyone getting it right out in the peanuts?
Nope.
Huh?
I told you can Google.
No, that's not what I said, Blue.
When a quizmaster says you can Google, you know you're going to need to Google.
I got a comment on one of my videos yesterday. Hello, are you Pie Parrot that used to run the AOL pub quiz? It's like, oh my god, that was like 20 years ago. Yeah.
There you go.
Well, yes, I am.
That's me. Okay, not waiting any longer. It means swollen feet or swollen foot. Nothing to do with mothers.
No.
Oedipus. What fish can hold objects in its tail?
What was the question again? Sorry.
What fish can hold objects in its tail?
Yeah, I know. I've got to put my cursor in the right spot to do that. I know I'm right. I'm just trying to work out how to spell it. The right fish.
That's not a fish.
Well,
that's a
fish. I thought you meant. Oh, okay, sorry. Wrong fish.
Miro, listen. I'm going to say it very slowly. What fish can hold objects in its tail? Yeah, it's a seahorse. Well done, Carl and E. Monk.
You know, I could picture it, but I couldn't for the life of me remember what the bloody things were called.
Oh, that's a weird one.
I just don't think of them as fish normally.
No.
Well, that's the problem.
Well, I didn't put it.
But they are fish.
Yeah.
I could picture them, but I couldn't remember. I was thinking, what's it called? What's it called? What's it called? No.
Who sang the theme tune to A View to a Kill?
Oh, no, that's
I'm guessing. I just changed the question because it's written stupid. That's it.
No, not farmer.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that.
It is that. If there's one thing I know, it's my Bond themes, and I always was a secret fan of this particular group.
Yeah.
Duran, Dora, yes.
Oh, yes.
Actually, the question said, whose version of A View to a Kill reached #1 in the USA and #2 in the UK?
There's only one version. It's the one they did.
Exactly. That's why I changed it. Which country grows the most potatoes?
Oh. I'll guess that land.
Blue, press play.
We had this before once, didn't we? I can't remember. What it was.
I can't remember who it was either.
No, yes.
I might have the wrong century for my answer to do with something about that.
And they make a nice drink from them. There you go.
I don't know if it's going quite so far as to say nice.
Well, it depends what you put in it, I guess.
You mean that's made from that?
Yep.
Okay.
You can.
Didn't you know it was made from potatoes?
No.
Yeah, but then so is bourbon in some places.
Yeah. Yep, Carl Edwards first with Russia and E-Monkin here with Russia. What does a drossometer measure? Drossometer.
How much bullshit Druss is talking? Oh no, that's Druss.
Drossometer. Maybe so.
With an R in there, is that Pip?
Drossometer. Drossometer.
Dora was thinking the same way.
Yes, dross. Doesn't measure dross though. Early morning water. Yep. Romer, Dew, and Farmer's Boy. Dew. Which English king's armour has the biggest cod piece?
Sorry, can you say that again?
Yeah, I know. That's right.
Which English king's armour has the biggest cod piece?
Cod, C-O-D.
Cod. Yep. Cod
you know
piece.
what cod piece is, don't you?
Cover your bits.
That band Cameo who did Word Up, in the video he wore quite a large cod piece.
Yep, I Stu, Henry VIII, and Farmer's Boy.
I'm Henry VIII, I am. I'm Henry VIII.
Henry VIII, I
am.
I got married to the widow next door.
What is that? I had it.
Yeah.
No, I'm not even reading that question because it's written really badly and I don't know how to fix it. Where would you find the lines of Mars and the girdle of Venus?
Oh, that rings a vague bell.
Blue Mars says, I've seen that thing. That dude was lying.
He was. Oh, yeah, Blackadder.
Yeah, I'm with you, Farmer.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Yes.
Just takes a while sometimes to find where you've stored that little nugget of useless information.
It's been a long time since I've done anything with phenomenology.
Yes, RT96. On the palm of your hand in palmistry. The British called this bird species tits. What do Americans call them? Somebody giggled.
I don't know. I aren't an American.
Yeah, I've always wondered what they were, but then now I know. Chickadee, my little chickadee.
Oh, I got that round the wrong way.
What,
yes, the Americans would call it one, and then the British. Yeah, okay. Sorry,
British call it face tits. What do the Americans call them?
I got it round the wrong way. Sorry.
Not anything to do with boobs or knockers.
Yes, Stewie, that's what I should have read that.
There you go. I said it, and nobody heard me. Nobody paid any attention.
Was that what they called them?
Correct. Chickadees. Yep.
What a stupid bloody name. What's wrong with calling them tits? Blue tits
are boobs.
Bright-crested tits.
Yeah.
They're just chickadees. I don't know how they have a difference. Maybe they don't have blue tits and great tits. And
maybe not.
Which country owns the Hen and Chicken Islands?
I've got a good answer for that one. Oh, no, I'm probably wrong.
Don't know. Take a complete guess. Who knows where they are? Whereabouts in the world they are? Who would own them?
Yeah.
I mean, like earlier on, we mentioned the Easter Islands. Do you know who owns the Easter Islands?
Spain or something.
Chile.
Oh.
Okay.
Or Chile, as the Americans like.
Chile.
Or Cornovakia. I think a clue. The clue is, don't need to because the correct answer's out there. Well done. Well done, Romer. It's New Zealand.
Oh, New Zealand.
You'd think I would have known that.
Yeah, you'd think you would have known that, yeah.
Yes. You've let yourself
so my
down.
answer was wrong. Okay.
Yes.
I did leave the country after all.
Terry's answer, just so everyone knows out there, Terry's answer was Turkey, which is very clever, but wrong.
But wrong, yeah.
Yeah, but wrong.
Who created the TV series The Man from U.N.C.L.E.?
Oh. So I'm going back to the original series.
That's like
before my time.
As in who wrote it, I guess.
Yeah, Man from U.N.C.L.E. No, I haven't got a clue.
No, either have I.
I can give you a clue.
I can't even guess.
But that's who's in it.
Robert Wagner's in it, yeah.
He also wrote, let me think, nothing too obvious. Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Oh. Okay.
I hope.
No one's Googled yet?
Yeah, Room Fondell's correct. Ian Fleming.
Yeah.
Oh, so easy. That one I could have.
Miss Bond.
I wasn't going to say
Bond books.
Yeah. If you'd have said he wrote Bond books, so that would have really.
Exactly.
Yes. But I did remember that Fleming wrote Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Yeah.
Wow. That's
which is quite a departure from James Bond.
It is a bit.
It's a bit different from Bond, yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say he's got a.
And as soon as I said, I went, Christ, did he? Yes, he did. Right.
And Roald Dahl wrote several of the Steve Bond screenplays.
Yes.
Robert Wagner, Stu. Okay.
Robert Vaughan.
No, Stu's
Who he's thinking
Robert
of,
Wagner. Which film director described actors as cattle?
I don't really know any film directors.
Yeah, you'll know this one.
I mean, I know one person that did that one, but his name was I can remember how to spell it. That's the only one. That's one of them. Yeah,
I'd say that's the only obvious one I'd go for. I mean, there are so many directors out there, but
well, I better be right because I got it before you.
Terry, you're wrong.
Yay! Get that one up, you farmer.
Wrong. You're wrong.
You were wrong before me.
Oh.
Yes, the guy
Sorry,
who
Farmer.
directed the boat.
Oh, it was him.
A name though, Carl. We need a name. Quick.
Hang on, let me spell it right.
Oh, that guy. Okay.
Yeah. I'm surprised that he thought that of his actors.
That is surprising.
Yes, Miro, well done. Alfred Hitchcock. Shirley Bassey sang 3 Bond themes. Goldfinger, Diamonds Are Forever, and what other one?
Oh, no, it's a test of the memory.
Yeah, this is up to you.
The actual question was to name all 3, but I'm letting you off.
Goldfinger, Diamonds Are Forever. What was the
Nathan's just going to get the one.
Oh.
Half a point, Carl.
I'm just like picking a random Bond film and going with it.
Yeah.
And you are correct.
Yes.
Really?
No, you're right. Moonraker. Yeah.
No, well done.
Shh.
Sorry.
All right, I gave the answer away in the other one too. Nobody noticed me.
God, that was on the other day.
TV? Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Who watches TV these
I just
days?
picked a random Bond movie in the right era, so.
My husband has been watching nothing but bloody westerns.
Oh, God, no.
I see John Wayne again, I'm going to shoot myself.
John Wayne's such a rubbish actor.
Yes.
That was Alan Ladd and everything the other day. I don't know what the hell he was watching.
I don't mind modern westerns and anything with Clint Eastwood in it, but a lot of the westerns are just utter garbage.
Yes, Moonraker. Correct. Boggs and E-Monk.
That was not one of Roger Moore's finest performances, but it does have that brilliant line at the end where they say, where M goes, "What is he doing?" And Q goes, "I believe he's attempting re-entry, sir."
Yeah.
Where they're shagging in 0G.
Yeah.
I'm firmly in cheek.
I know some of the Roger Moore ones are a bit tongue in cheek, but that and the other one, is it The Spy Who Loved Me, where he says, "What on earth do you think you're doing?" When he's laying in bed with that Russian agent, he says, "Keeping the British end up, sir."
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Who was the first person elected to the US Swimming Hall of Fame?
Oh, yeah, right.
And
righto.
bugger the spelling. He played Tarzan.
That's a clue.
Yeah.
That guy.
I know
One of them, one of them Olympic medals.
Yeah.
Was it
Not
him?
that one Irish do.
No, that's not the name I
I'm
was
trying to
thinking
remember
of.
who played Tarzan.
Yeah, that guy.
That's him. Well done, Paul. Well done.
Yeah,
Irish
that guy.
Miller.
Yeah, that's this.
Yeah, that's the one.
That's the one I couldn't remember.
That's the one we couldn't think of. And when you said the spelling,
Johnny.
Yeah.
I know.
Although Paul spelt it correctly.
Oh, did I?
Yes. The guillotine was invented for chopping off what?
it'd have to be that.
Nope.
Oh, shit.
Not
That was the
originally.
obvious answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not what it was made for originally. No, not cigars, Dora. Good try.
Yeah, that's a miniature guillotine.
Bits, not bits. Paul technically, yes. Paul can have it for fingers that says hands here. Carl, I think, had it. Yep. Carl's Edward. Hands.
Well, give the man a hand.
Oh. What's the difference between fog and mist?
Oh.
I used to know this.
The man says to me the correct answer.
I used to know this. Bollocks.
It's not in that. It's something to do with those things.
Well,
Am I completely in the wrong? I'm in the wrong. I'm in the wrong direction altogether. Yeah. Then. Okay.
It's nothing to do with the droplet size or what it's made of or anything. It's.
Oh yeah, Dora might have what I'm thinking.
Well, Alan's on the definite right track. Yeah.
Ah, yeah.
The spelling.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure if that...
I'm going to give it to Fred for density and Alan for 100 meters. It says seeing distance under 1,000 yards. It doesn't say what though.
Oh, so
okay. So that's what it is.
Yeah, I thought mist was like 1,000 yards and fog was like a lot less.
Yeah.
Okay.
Visibility.
Okay.
So density can get it and meters can get it. Right.
Buoyancy and density or just
buoyancy's got all to do with it.
What do Spanish scientists fit to cows to increase milk yield? This is very strange.
To increase milk yield.
Yeah. They fit
very weird. Think of the weirdest thing you can.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the way you'd fit it too.
I have no idea.
Just be careful telling me to think of the weirdest thing I
can.
Yeah. Well, that's weird.
Yeah.
It's definitely weird.
How about if you're going to go weird? There.
No. No, we got a Raz out there too. No, not Raz. Not VR headsets. Well, it will help them eat more, I guess. Yes, Cyrus, Stu got it.
Okay. Just typing it in. Just typing it in.
It is weird.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it just came out before I said Frosty, so you're going to have it as well.
But Terry, I passed through your answer and went, no.
No. How's that going to help them produce more milk?
I don't know.
Eat more grass faster? I don't know.
Because it stimulates the production of God, what's the chemical that? Anyway, yeah. There's a chemical in the. No, it's not prostaglandins. It's prolactin.
Prolactin, that's right.
What people founded cheese making in England? Yes, Carl, dentures.
What was that about?
What people founded cheese making in England?
You mean who invented it or who found it? Yeah.
Yeah, who invented it? Who founded it?
Yeah.
Don't know, but blessed are the cheesemakers.
Amen.
Apparently so.
Cheesemakers. Well, I don't think it's referring just to cheesemakers, but all manufacturers of dairy products. Oh, the meek. Oh, blessed are the meek. Oh, that's good because they've been having a hell of a time. Don't pick your nose.
No, people as in a country. Or from a country. No.
Oh, those guys. The ones that did that. Where are they from? Ones with the dikes. Yeah, that one.
That's everybody, isn't it?
No, it's not the Dutch.
Ones with the windmills and the dikes. Yeah.
From Italy. Yay.
What have they ever done for us?
Yeah, farmer.
Hey,
they bought peace.
Yeah.
Hadrian's Wall.
Can I just say, you might be an engineer if, and one of the answers is, you can quote scenes from any Monty Python movie.
Yes. Okay, given up outside in the peanut gallery. It was the Romans.
Carl Edwards got that.
Who got it? Oh, Carl. So you did. Sorry.
Why did you type that first?
Just above Blessed Are the Cheesemakers.
I'm not going to ask that because who the hell would know that?
42.
That one.
42?
What are grapnel, Bruce, Danfer, and plough types of?
Bruce, what, as in Sheila Bruce?
Mm-hmm. Danforth, as in Johnny, not Dankworth, and plough. Grapnel, Bruce, Danfer, and plough. In the Navy. It's ever 7 seas in the Navy. Nope.
Oh, okay. What about?
What's a grapnel? Think of what a grapnel is.
I don't know.
No, well, in the Navy.
Yeah. Unless you're thinking of the those people, the village people.
Yeah, we have it right.
Oh.
They're anchors. Well done, Romer.
Well, I can understand the plough being a name for an anchor, but a Danforth?
Mm-hmm.
What the bloody hell does... hang on.
Yeah, Google it.
Danforth anchor. Oh, right. It's the one that's got like the sort of almost the two triangular prongs.
Ah, there you go.
That's a Danforth anchor. Well,
now you know.
What a load of anchors.
There you go.
Shiver me timbers.
Ah!
Why did Handel compose the Messiah? They're not far wrong, but
really? Extrapolate on that, farmer.
Don't need to. Doris got it.
Oh,
cash.
I was only did it for the money. Okay.
Did it on commission.
Show me the money.
Red flags flown by French ships are the origin of what name? I hope your French.
I thought the French ships only flew white flags.
I hope your French is good. I could say it, but you will get it straight away. The kind I guess you get, you need to know what French for flag is. Shall I say it? Then you'll get it. Joli Rouge.
Is that what you saying?
Oh, is that how it became that?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Hey, well, type it in and I'll tell you.
Yeah, I'll type it.
Yep.
Did I beat Farmer?
Yes. Joli Rouge.
But it's that similar sort of mispronunciation that in the First World War it was called wipers, where it was actually Ypres.
Ah, yeah.
YPRES. But all the English soldiers just looked at it and said, "Well, it says wipers."
Yes, Carl Edwards is correct. The Jolly Roger.
Which is why they actually produced a newspaper in the trenches, and it was called the Wipers Times.
Yeah, there was a movie about that a couple of years ago, wasn't there?
Yeah, there was a film or a series about it. But that's why, because a lot of the British soldiers had so much trouble pronouncing all of these French and Belgian place names that places like Ypres became wipers, because they just looked and said, well, that's YPRES, that's wipers.
So who got the right answer before Farmer?
You did, Terry.
Terry got it right.
What, with a Jolly Roger?
With a Jolly Roger.
I didn't have time to. I didn't have time to do the 2 L's because I wanted to beat you.
That's fair play.
Now, antimacassars are fitted to chairs. What is macassar?
Oh yeah, I know what they are. I never quite understood why.
Antimacassars are fitted to chairs. So what is macassar?
I should know this. And Blue out in the peanut gallery. You should know this one too, Blue.
Why? A casual.
Oh, the casual spacey.
No, it's not an island in Indonesia. Well, it might have came from that island in Indonesia. Specifically, why would you use an antimacassar for it? Yes! There you go, Dora. An antimacassar is fitted to the chair. What is macassar? You've said it in your answer. So you can have it. It's hair oil or hair grease.
Yes, protect the back of the chairs.
Yeah. Hate the damn things. My mother used to have them. I think because my dad used to wear Brill cream.
Oh, God. We just have other furniture. Not an issue.
We do now. She does now. In those days ago,
Blue said, I might not have had no effing idea what Pip said.
Pip said.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, dear.
Pip hasn't got an accent.
I don't have an accent.
Hey, Spacey, are you coming in there or are you going to be a peanut? I know Blue's not in here. He's hanging. He's being a peanut.
Quick, ask a question to which the answer is Fleetwood Mac.
Oh, God, Vivian. Hi, Benji. If you had a brassica rapa, what vegetable would you have? Brassica rapa. Fleetwood brassica. Nope. There's quite a lot of vegetables in the brassica family.
Well, there are. Yeah.
Not an aubergine. Nor a cauliflower. Nope. Nope.
Oh, I like sprouts.
Yeah,
you know when you've eaten sprouts.
Pick one, Miro.
I'll go with that one.
Yes.
Well done.
Well, it sounded too obscure to be carrot, and I'm thinking, no, it wouldn't be that.
Miro, you may be or may not be correct with one of them. Just pick one.
50-50. Phone a friend.
Well, that's what I was thinking.
Don't ask your audience.
Wrong.
You
hate 50-50.
You're no good at gambling, Miro.
Uh-oh.
What do umbrophobes fear? Umbrophobes. Nope.
Is it spelt with an O or a U?
O. O-M-B-R-O.
Umbro.
No. No. Too late.
Yeah, Myro, it's no point putting turnip now, is it? Oh, hang on. What was the answer to 6 questions?
No, also starts with a U, so it's nothing to do with eclipse. It's O. O.
Oh, okay.
M-B-R-O.
Okay, well, my answer
Fleetwood Mac.
Fleetwood Mac.
No, that's just you, casual.
No.
Yeah.
Finch is just going to write out Fleetwood Mac lyrics.
No,
Oh, yeah, Finch, I'll just let him go.
Finch has got the correct answer in there. Bench, you have the correct answer.
It's just the umbro and the penumbro. One or the other.
Excellent.
Just the umbro and the penumbro. Sombreros, no.
I thought it was umbrellas.
I think we'll give it to Finch in here. It's rain.
Hey?
I did write rain. I did write rain individually.
Yeah, but I know, but you put the word in there.
Tornadoes rain, but okay. Finch, you got it then.
Geez, I'm going to do the same thing as Finchy and just write out lyrics to music, and hopefully one of the words is right.
How are you?
Everybody pick a group.
Really? Okay. Not Rammstein. I'll go with Pink Floyd.
Okay.
All right. Pink Floyd lyrics have to be your answer.
Okay. Let's see if we can do this with the next
one. Good luck. Saponification is a process that makes what? Saponification. Yep.
Really?
Sounds about right. I can't get a Pink Floyd lyric out of that.
No, me either.
Oh, I didn't think it would be. No. Oh. I'll make the next one the last one, Terry, and I'll give you time for some derpiness.
Okie dokie. What time is it? Yeah, it's nearly 8:30 here.
It's only because somebody's premiere is in 32 minutes.
Yeah, I wonder who that is.
I wonder.
Carl is correct and Finch is correct. So, last question. I've lost it. Hang on.
That's
I was going to do that one that nobody would know.
Found it. What is the more common name of the chaparral cock?
Cork or cock?
Cock.
Sorry, could you say that one more time?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to work out. Is it cock or cork?
What is the more common name of the chaparral cock?
I think I got mine right. I'm fairly certain.
No. No. I have to say, Carl is correct.
Oh.
It's the Roadrunner.
Meep, meep.
Meep, meep. That would have been your clue in a minute. That's it. Thank you, everybody.
Pip.
Thank you, Pip.
Thank you, Pip.
Cheers, Pip.
I'll rake up some. I think we've got time for a couple videos. So just talk amongst yourselves for a sec while I make a coffee.
Rhubarb, 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 rhubarb.
Casual Spaceman's annoying me, Terry. You want me to shout cock?
Casual, behave.
Casual, are you being a bit of a cock? No, change there then.
Can I time him out? Can I time him out? Please, please.
Stop being a roadrunner.
Yeah, I think, Carl, it was a tie between you and Romer today. But I think I said your name more often.
Farmer, did you beat me?
Well, I don't know. How many did you get?
I think I got one in front of you. One.
You got one. I got 16.
16 right out of 12 questions.
Must have done at least 20 questions there, if not more.
Extra points for
I
style.
did more than that.
I won't keep them counting.
Oh, it's 30 or something. Don't know.
I didn't know we were supposed to be keeping count. I got at least 2.
I always keep count just out of interest.
I'm too ashamed. I used to think I was smart, and then I listened to one of Pip's quizzes.
So which
destroyed
peanut?
my self-esteem.
So which peanut stood out?
Carl.
I'm not allowed to play the quizzes anymore. That's why I have to read them.
She's too quick.
I type too
For some
fast.
people.
Oh, Fred Bailey got none.
Oh, sorry, Fred.
Oh, I'll be right back.
Oh, here's a couple little quotes for you. Tower controller. BA356, proceed to stand 69. Yes, sir. Nose in or nose out? A kid on a tour of the tower asked a question, have you ever had a real emergency? Came the reply, there was that one time when we ran out of coffee. Oh, dear. Tower, please call me a fuel truck. Roger, you're a fuel truck. Tower, please give me a rough time check. It's Thursday, sir. Mission 333, do you have problems? I think I have lost my compass. Judged by the way you're flying, you lost the whole instrument panel. Bit cruel.
Malaysia Airlines track.
Female student pilot with a pretty voice. Cessna X, ready for takeoff. Request a straight approach. Male air traffic controller. Cessna X, takeoff approved. I'm off at 5 if you want to go out for dinner. A military pilot called for a priority landing because his single-engine jet fighter was running a bit peaked. Air traffic control told the fighter pilot that he was number 2 behind a B-52 that had one engine shut down. Ah, the fighter pilot remarked, the dreaded 7-engine approach. Cessna, traffic 12 o'clock, 2 miles and closing fast. Flight watch, was that the message for Cessna 59J or Cessna 25K? Both of you.
Oh dear.
Yeah. Tower, request an ETA. Tower says, Cessna X, do you have a situation that requires priority? Does Daddy I Gotta Go qualify? Cessna X cleared for immediate approach. Jones Tower, Cessna 12345, student pilot, I'm out of fuel. Roger, Cessna 12345, reduce airspeed to best glide. Do you have the airfield in sight? Tower, I'm on the south ramp. I just want to know where the fuel truck is.
Here's one. On some air bases, the Air Force is on one side of the field and civilian aircraft use the other, with the control tower in the middle doing both. One day, the tower received a call from an aircraft asking, what time is it? The tower responded with, who is calling? The aircraft replied, what difference does it make? The tower replies, it makes a lot of difference. If it's an American Airlines flight, it's 3 o'clock. If it's Air Force, it's 1500. If it's Navy, it's 6 bells. If it's Army, the big hand's on the 12 and the little hand's on the 3. If it's a Marine Corps aircraft, it's Thursday afternoon.
Oh, I've just found my favourite one. I'd forgot. Yeah, this is the one. Allegedly, put my teeth in. Allegedly, the German air controllers at Frankfurt Airport are renowned as a short-tempered lot. They, it is alleged, not only expect one to know one's gate parking location, but how to get there without any assistance from them. So it was with some amusement that we, a Pan Am 747, listened to the following exchange between Frankfurt Ground Control and the British Airways 747, call sign Speedbird 206. Speedbird 206 says, Frankfurt, Speedbird 206, clear of active runway. Speedbird 206, taxi gate Alpha 17. The 747 pulled onto the main taxiway and slowed to a stop. Speedbird, do you not know where you're going? Speedbird replies, stand by ground. I'm looking up our ground location now. Ground control, with quite arrogant impatience, Speedbird 206, have you not been to Frankfurt before? Speedbird 206 coolly replies, yes, twice in 1944, but it was dark and I didn't land.
Good one.
Love it. That's got to be my favourite. Let's find that
3-minute one. One from him. A 5-minute one from him. That's 8-9 minutes. Got about that amount of time. In case any pauses. Got less than half an hour before somebody's live stream. And
Premiere.
Yeah. Okay, well, I think we'll just do the 2. I think we'll squeeze them in. So I'll just get a vote. Now they can't put their vote in until I type in now.
Correct.
There. Alright. Mark, what are you doing out there?
You can't vote in the peanut gallery.
No, you're not allowed to vote, Mark.
Gentlemen, you can't fight in here. This is the war room.
And it's between A and B, anyway.
4.
Whoa. Slow down, Peanuts. A, B, A, B, A.
Hang on, we're nearly going to spell a Genesis track here. Abacab.
Okay. I waited, but I couldn't hold it in. Okay, Carl.
Wasn't that a flip with Max on?
B-A, B-A. So we're waiting for an A or a B. Here we go.
A C.
Of course, that was an album as well, wasn't it?
What? Roma?
3.
I got no idea what that is. ABBA.
But we're going to the first letter, so I say.
That's appropriate because it's a Battle of Waterloo the other day. Was it yesterday?
So is that your vote, Boggs? With ABBA?
ABBA? Well, Tara, if you sing and dance to Dancing Queen, I'll be very happy.
If I put B, you play A.
If I put B, you play A. No, I don't do that, Mira. I do play fair.
Might just have to listen to a few seconds of Genesis.
I had Genesis on the other day. Trick of the tail.
A looks like A wins. A wins. One's a bit of derp and one's more educational. So. A wins.
I sat up here doing a jigsaw the other day. Put Alexa through the speakers and blasted out some Black Sabbath. It was great.
Oh yes, Black Sabbath.
I've been caught before, Miro. Have I been caught before cheating?
How can somebody who listens to Rammstein listen to Genesis? Quite easily.
Mm-hmm.
If I just look at my collection, letter A starts with, it goes AC/DC, Aerosmith, Airborne, Alice in Chains, The Answer, Asia, and Audio Slave. So,
Blue, do we have to read yours out when you could read it yourself? Okay, female air traffic controller. Sir, are you going to be able to get down from there okay? Delta Captain, yes, ma'am. I've been flying for 30 years and I never left one of these things up here yet. Okay.
Yeah, leaving them up there isn't a problem. They do have a habit of coming down.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
And guess which video that they picked out there? That one.
Oh.
I know. It was either Dirt or educationalist type one, but.
God, there's a face you want to punch, isn't there? Eh?
Yeah.
What, the clown?
And the clown at the back.
What, the clown?
No, the clown at the back is fine. It's the clown at the front that you just punch with, I don't know, the bucket on a JCB or something.
Is this Everett's one, Terry?
Who have I got this time? Yeah, this
or
is
it Everett. Blues?
Yeah, no, it's Everett's.
Everett's. It's good. It's excellent.
It's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Polo, please.
Progress.
Oh, jeez. We'll never get in.
Oh, just play the damn thing then. Please.
Introducing Bozo, the world's most famous clown.
You may recall this statement from sleeping warrior Anthony Riley in 2019.
Weigh a balloon, inflate it, weigh it again, it'll be heavier. Do you now accept Earth has weight? No.
It took a little time for quantum eraser John Stunja to arrive at the truth of Riley's groundbreaking scientific research, but apparently he has done so now. Listen as John enthusiastically agrees with Adam Meakin that gases themselves have no weight.
Can't weigh it. You can't weigh it. It is not expressible by a gas. Free movement. The only way to do it would be to take your bit of gas and say, look, at room temperature and pressure, this gas that occupies this volume, I will contain it, describe those parameters there. I will now then take it and phase transition it into either a liquid or solid to make it weighable. Anything else is back calculated. So what you would do, and what's been calculated is, say, nitrogen, for example. You can calculate the weight of nitrogen because we freeze the frickin' thing once we know its volume and weigh it. But what we can't, so it's just can say it has that weight. It doesn't, never has weight. It never has weight as a gas. It's only when you convert it into a liquid or a solid that it then will have a weight.
Oh,
go
ahead, finish up. Yeah,
that's it. You know, you can't have a weight of a gas to me. You have a volume and a pressure to describe it accurately. You can't describe. Never ever. If I'm dealing with gases, I can't take a weight of a gas, take a volume and a pressure if I want it accurately, don't I? Because I want to know how many molecules I've got.
Right. That's a very. I'm following you conceptually with that, Adam. Even then,
it is a conceptual thing, because to conceptualize weight of a gas, you have to conceptualize it in its other forms to give it that conception. It doesn't have a weight.
Right. I see what you're saying. And
other than a single molecule of itself have that weight, it wouldn't express that weight on anything. It would express a pressure. It's moving freely and randomly.
Right.
It's an expression of.
Right. Yeah, I'm following you with that. You conceptually, you're correct. Even then, when you say, remember, you have to say weight. You're still attached by the lips to the convention, right? Oh, he's you on a phone call?
No. I'm a chemist, so all there is weight. All they try to do with, remember that chemistry used to be called atomic weight. It's now called atomic mass. The only reason is to bring in G. We only have weight. The only measurable thing is weight. And when we're dealing with solids and liquids, we measure them in weight.
I can
use weight for gases. We can't. anything else is a convention that's mathematically applied. So they'll say, it's actually got this mass times G gives you its weight. No, you measured its weight, the rest you made up.
Yeah, exactly. You got it. Yeah. Folks, Adam
That's why I asked the question.
That's why I asked it. Thanks, Chocolate. Adam is lifting the veil up. People in the audience, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, did you catch what he just said? If you didn't, go back and listen to it again on this recording. It's profound what he just said.
It's profoundly dumb.
Yeah.
Oh, is that special gas?
They have weight.
I can never pronounce the name of it. It's the gas I'm thinking of.
What, sulfur hexafluoride?
Yeah, that's the one. What?
Oh, no, it's
That's magic.
You may like this or you may not.
How does he do that?
Oh no, a gas that's heavier than air. Must be a witch.
Oh, Lily! I am such a funny clown. I like to travel round and round. The circus is my home. I always seem to roam. In the rocket ship I soar. I explore the ocean floor, but you must never...
I don't want to get copyrighted on Alan's channel for something.
I think Farmers gets the award for slipping in the Monty Python there.
Did I? I can't.
Yeah, where?
Oh,
when?
Yes, of course. Oh, yes. He's a witch.
He's a witch.
Oh, he's a witch.
Burn him.
How'd you know he's a witch? Well, he turned me into a newt. A newt?
Better.
I got better.
I just love the way where they put her on the scales and she weighs the same as a duck and she just goes, it's a fair cop.
But society's to blame.
Yeah, it's a fair cop. Oh dear. What else floats in water? Gravy.
Shit.
A duck. I mean, how can they sit there with a straight face and go, oh, gases don't have weight? Well, they have mass. If anything has mass, it has weight. Now this is... You only need to play the first few seconds.
And if gases don't have weight, how the hell do they exert a force on the walls of the container?
20 degrees C at sea level. Dry air weighs 1.2 kilograms per cubic meter.
Yeah.
But what do I know? I've never designed ventilation systems before.
Nope.
Go on then.
A 15-degree-per-hour drift.
Told you only need the first couple of seconds.
Music. It's only got the music.
I love that picture. I love that picture.
Oh yeah, of course. Bloody Saturday today.
Yeah, it will just be music all the way through.
Okay.
I think that's all he says. He just says, "Is the Earth flat?" Nope.
That boat's sinking.
I know.
Well, it's succinct. It's to the point.
Yeah. That's no moon.
Is it plan or what?
Yeah.
Oh. Sorry, peanuts.
Can't they see it?
Nope.
A 15-degree-per-hour drift.
Thanks, Bob.
Yeah.
Thanks, Bob.
Oh, that one sink. Oh, it sunk right up to the sails.
Those poor sods. Hope they got out in time.
That'd be Northern Hemisphere, wouldn't it? Those star trials. That's upside down.
No, it's not.
It is from our perspective. Oh, look at it, it's rotating.
Fine to me.
Look, lights in the sky with other lights in the sky.
With shadows.
Shadows on lights in the sky.
No, those are just darker spots on that light in the sky that happen magically
Happen
to
to
track the
coincide.
moons.
Yeah.
Oh, I recognise that planet. It looks familiar.
No, it's flat on the right. It's flat on the right. It's not real.
Okay.
It looks like Himawari.
And no sunset in the Antarctic. Daylight all the time.
I got that one. I got that.
I do love these
perspective. Perspective.
No, it's fractal barotropic shoaling.
Oh, sorry. I haven't kept up with the latest flirt nonsense.
It's excuse number 98, atmospheric depth of perception.
Looming.
Looming. Oh, I think that's
Ether band.
Oh, 24-hour sun.
Right.
It's not real. Sun doesn't move that fast.
North Pole, not South Pole.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Was that the South or the North Pole?
South Pole.
What the hell is that?
Hotspots. Oh, wait.
Bendy Bridge. It's a bat. What's a TIE fighter?
Energy.
Alan, we don't like that one, do we? The compression, the horizon compression.
No, because it's not showing you what you think it's showing you.
Yeah.
That's sly.
Oh yeah, sly stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
And, look where they all point
that.
to.
Oh, that's
but
cool.
no, Polaris is only 3,000 miles away.
Yeah, and there's the map
been
challenge.
well informed.
What's his name? Again?
Sun is small and local.
Red.
Yeah. Oh, that's the Reds. That's Red stuff, isn't it?
Yep. The blink test.
Yep. Look how it always rises to eye level, except when it doesn't. Ever.
I don't know how. There we go.
All right, can we go back to the whole the compression test doesn't show you what you think it shows you?
Oh, that one. Yeah.
Somebody
do
explain that.
Do you want me to explain it basically, or
please,
or technically?
I'll let you try and explain it, Terry. Go on.
No, further on.
Well, I don't need the visual aids unless it's germane to the.
Oh, it is a little bit.
Okay.
I'll go back to before he can. Yeah, that one. Okay. The only way I picked up on it, how somebody explained it to me, is the horizon. If you're at sea level, if you're looking out, it's like looking if you've got a big hula hoop, and you hold it horizontal level to your eye level. You see the hula hoop dead straight. Now, as you're raised in elevation here a little bit. So imagine lowering that hula hoop down a bit. You'll start to see a curve.
Yes.
Right, now that's the same principle as this.
Yes.
Because you're compressing because the distance to the horizon is the same distance away from you at all times. So how could it be curved all the way around? It couldn't be. It's just the illusion of when you're up higher in elevation, looking at the horizon and then compressing it. What was the other bit to do with
I think you've skipped a step, or I've not understood the transition there.
Even just looking at that picture on the right hand side, the water's higher than it is on the left.
Oh, no, that's not it. It's when you compress it. It's when you compress it. Oh, that doesn't matter. He just didn't get it quite level.
You're not compressing the curvature of the Earth. You're compressing the circle that your horizon is.
Yeah.
Your horizon is a perfect circle. You're standing at the center of a circle, and when you're compressing it, you're exaggerating that circle.
Yes.
You're not actually showing the curvature of the Earth. What you're doing is you're compressing it to show the circle that the horizon is around you at whatever distance.
Like the hula hoop representation. That's how I think of it. Like the horizon's the hula hoop.
No, your hula hoop is quite a good visual explanation. I think that's the problem with these. You're not showing the curvature of the Earth. You're showing the circle of the horizon, and by compressing it, you're just exaggerating that circle.
And when you translate,
okay, sorry, I'm just trying to visualize. So,
which of course is something that you wouldn't have on a flat Earth. You wouldn't have that circle of the horizon on a flat Earth.
But if you're going to use this as a point of argument, you really need to get it right.
Yeah. The thing is that because you've now translated that 3D onto a 2D plane that's in the opposite direction, as you compress the circumference of that circle into a narrower and narrower strip, it deforms it into an arc upwards.
Because in the setup, I understand the like the visualization from the hula hoop is I think a very good description of what we're seeing.
Yeah.
So it's not showing the curvature of the Earth. It's showing the curvature of the horizon.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Yeah. No, I can see the objection. I can take that objection.
That's it. The horizon is a circle which, to all intents and purposes, from your point of view, is drawn on a flat plane, because you're too small to see the curvature of the Earth. And when you take a photo of like this and compress it, it's actually highlighting the circle of the horizon. It's not showing you the physical curvature of the Earth.
Yeah, so I've always had a problem with the whole horizon curving thing, and we should see a curve of the horizon. It's not supposed to curve. And then seeing this, it's the horizon itself curves, but that's because it's a circular boundary.
Correct.
Which is a function of the curvature of the Earth.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Yeah. No, I can understand. I can agree with you on that one.
Really, the only way to actually see things curving over the horizon, and therefore see the curve of the horizon, are those wonderful photos that Sandley took of go back. There we are, Lake Pontchartrain.
Yep. The Lake Pontchartrain Bridge and the
because what you've got there is you're seeing. You can't see that side to side. Your peripheral vision cannot give you that. The only way you can get that sort of curve is looking far enough, and you can only do that in front, and you can still only see it because there's a causeway going all the way. If that causeway wasn't there, people would just go, well, it's just a flat and level horizon. But as soon as you put something along that entire length, and that length is long enough to actually visually show you the curve that's in front of you, you need A, the length, and B, something that goes along that entire length to physically show you the curve. And that's why they hate these images, because and they'll say, well, you can't see it from left to right. Well, no, of course you can't.
No, because you can only see a tiny piece of the bridge from left to right.
Correct. But when you look in front of
also just see damn sight further detail, you need a really long focal length lens so that you're looking only at the, because remember, you're only actually looking at the far end of the damn bridge.
Oh, yeah.
The closest bit here is about 10 miles away from where the camera is.
Yes.
I remember.
I remember Soundly did a zoom on this one as well, where he showed the view from zoomed all the way out and then zoomed into the far end. And
well, he
the
did the
closest
whole
point you
live
can see in
stream.
this image is a long way away.
Yeah, because he's up on whatever floor of that hotel that's right by, because he needed the height as well. You need the height to be able to get that sort of that length. But yeah, you're only looking at, from his point of view, sort of the end of his view of the causeway. Yeah, but he does. His first shot, it just looks flat, doesn't it? And then when he starts zooming in,
I think that's actually about the last 2/3 of the causeway.
Something like that.
From his point of view.
Yeah.
Isn't Pip's
and this is showing us
any minute now?
Countdown is on.
Oh, okay. We'll have to wind it up. Wind up.
Wind up.
Night, everybody. Bye, Peanuts.
Oh,
Night,
40
Peanuts.
seconds.
We're going to go and watch
Night, Peanuts.
Pip's premiere. No peanut tonight, Paul.
No.
For those who are already there, quickly.
Link me, please.
How much we got left on the timer?
Oh, you want a link? Hang on.
Please.
There you go. It's in the chat.
Thank you.
6, 5, 4. Oh, dear.
Oh, shit.